Genuinely so much for joining us today, and trust me, you are not going to be sorry you did. If you've been watching the morning show, if you liked what they've done on there, well, for a whole section of today's show, the clearance continues with a section where everything won't just be under £20, won't even just be under £15, under £10 section for you today. And guess what? I have got special pieces in there, including another one of your favourites, gem collector pieces and pearls, and so much more. I need to talk you through some of the things we've got coming up today, I really do. So I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to show you them in a moment, but not before I show you possibly my #1 gem of the day. Kershaw!
Oh, that's nice, thank you.
How are you, love?
I'm good, thanks.
It's been too long.
I haven't seen you for ages.
I know. How are you?
I'm good, I'm not bad at all.
To?
Moving house. I know it's boring, everyone's sick of me saying that.
Moving house.
Moving house, but it's good because, you know, I'm starting to know where things are a little bit.
That's good. It's always good when you sort of know where things are in your house.
Absolutely.
I like that. Tell me about what you've got today, because I have to say you have been given, in my eyes, the privilege of owning, from what I've seen, by far and away, the most high-end boutique kit I personally have ever brought to you on Designer Inspiration before. How was that first kit to work with?
It's just amazing because I sort of knew what I was going to get because we get a list before, and then when I actually got the kit, I was just blown away because I've never seen these gemstones in one kit before, and that, you know, they're so high end, such a privilege and just a joy to work with such beautiful gemstones and just to make sort of high end jewellery. So it's, yeah, it's something pretty special today, I think.
It is really, really special, genuinely. We're all buzzing around here about it. And talk to me about your second designer inspiration as well, because that's a complete juxtaposition, isn't it? Completely different.
Loads and loads in there, lots of different coordinating gemstones. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's loads of design opportunities in the second one. A little bit of Kumihimo thrown in there, and I've just sort of made the designs around the cord. We've got some new cord coming up. Well, I haven't seen it before.
No.
And just some absolutely beautiful pearls, bit of rose quartz. So things that I would actually choose to put together if you gave me the choice came in this kit. So I was very impressed with that. Lots of fun.
I love that you've had fun with it. I really do. And you can tell you have as well. You really can. I've got so many goodies for you. Just to let you know, if you were watching the morning show, you'll know that our graphics have gone down. It's a company-wide go down. All of our channels are experiencing it. We are working on it. So, you know, if you've got, usually you have, when I say the graphics, I mean the writing that's usually here. We haven't got that at the moment. We are working on it, but that's great for so many reasons. First off, it means that we can have a nosy at some of the things that are coming up. Now, oh, friend of my life, this is going to be a sellout. Now, you know how I feel about gem collector selection, don't you? So you know what I mean by the gem collector pieces, the individual pinnacle points in the gem world of your kind of high-end pieces, the #1 go-to example almost of a specific gemstone. You know I love that anyway, because I really like to see where Mother Nature can take us with certain gems, and I love seeing that kind of spectacular example of a gemstone. I already love that. How could I make that better? How do you think that I'm going to make this better today? I'm now going to show you the gem collector pinnacle point of excellence with my favourite gemstone. This is going to sell out. We're not doing this now, our graphics aren't in, but this will be coming up in the show today. Fire opal. This is coming up for you this afternoon. I am so happy to bring this to you. That's coming up for you in a little bit. Another treat that's coming up for you. Think high-end metal. Think of the colours. Think of 925. And now imagine that enveloped in your favourite organic. Oh, silver pearls. And look at the size of these. Look at that as a ring. Oh my goodness, they are ginormous. They are mammoth. Aren't they absolutely stunning? So many of these coming up for you today. Am I right in saying we have got the big blue gemstone today? Yeah, we've got that today as well. I've also got, low quantity on that though, straight away, heads up. I've also got, there's another one I really wanted to show you. Say that to me again, love. Yes, I do. Where is that? 40. Okay. I'm going to preview this to you now, knowing full well it's going to be a sellout, because I'm in my last chance saloon on it, so I've got 30 or less of this. Knowing full well it's going to sell out, but I want to give you a little show of one of the most sought after gems in the connoisseur world. I've only had this in my presence a handful of times, and I'm in last chance saloon on this today, but I really want you to take a look at it, to fall in love with it before I bring it to you later on in the show. Burst onto the scenes really in 2002 and has been so popular with gem collectors around the world since then. This is your Andesine that I'm going to bring to you this afternoon. Have you seen my belt as well? Look, I got a new belt. This belt was given to me. Look, oh, butterfly belt. A lady in a workshop the other day came in and was like, I've got some belts for you. And she gave me some butterfly belts. How cute is this? Her name's Sandra. Hi Sandra, if you're watching. I love this. I've got another one as well. That'll be out at the weekend. So I've got this gemstone strand of your Andesine as well. I've got a new book for you. You know what I'm like. I'm one of those people, you know, a lot of the presenters that are on this channel, I'm one of those people who loves learning about gemstones and loves passing on that knowledge. I hope that's quite obvious to you. I hope it comes across that I adore learning about gems. I've got a new favourite book that we'll be having a sneaky peek at today. Girls in Pearls. We're going to have a little look at this today because I have got a beautiful strand of pearls coming up. I've got a decent quantity and I just want to take time to really go through with you and explore the beautiful pearls in all of their forms. Now, our graphics still aren't up, are they? Well, that's good, because people at home, I know you're thinking, yeah, Becky's nice. Debbie Kershaw's epic, but I'm waiting for one person to blast onto my screens now, and it's not Ben. It's not Ben. Now, sorry. Now, can I just say, I'm not at all for 1 second saying that Ben isn't amazing as a person. He is. But there is one person on this team that I know you all absolutely love and adore. And the sad thing is, he knows it too, because as soon as I said it, he stood up and now he's swaggering over. It's Brother P!
Hello!
Hello, how are you, Brother P?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Good.
I tell you what, I had a great walk this morning.
Did you?
Walked down the canal to Cadbury World.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I went to Cadbury World.
You went into Cadbury World?
No, I didn't. I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that.
No, I had to get here.
So you just walked there?
No, yeah, I walked down the canal. It was really nice.
See anything exciting?
Yeah, there's some swans and stuff.
Some swans?
Yeah, it was really nice. Took some pictures.
Did you? Yeah. Of what, swans?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I don't usually do that on the way to work, so I figured like I'd take a scenic route.
Yeah.
So I took that. So.
I love that.
I don't know if that's interesting, but...
Yeah, I like that. Another thing that would be interesting is if you were to do an impression of something you saw on your walk today. It's like a little school project.
Well, like...
I want you to do an impression of something you saw on your walk today, please.
You want me to do the swan, basically?
Well, no, anything you saw today,
that's about
I would
all
like.
I saw, was it?
That's about all you saw.
And joggers, I could jog for a bit. But...
Well, do us an impression, please.
Okay, well, what, of a swan?
Yeah, if you want to.
I don't know how to do a swan.
All right. Is that even how a swan sounds?
I don't know.
Where?
I'm sorry.
Do an impression of a jogger and jog off. Thanks, Brother Pete. I have got so many goodies coming up for you today. I have got challenge strands for the lovely Debbie too. Where are they? They are, hang on, sorry. These huge chunky moonstones. You picked these, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I did.
Oh my gosh, look at these moonstones. Please get the shutter on this because look at that. Look at the quality of this strand. That is spectacular. And guess what? That's not even the biggest one. Look at the size of some of these. Oh my goodness. This is your moonstone. It's going to be one of Debbie's challenge strands. This is spectacular. Why did you choose this, Debbie Kay?
Because I absolutely love moonstone. I love the shape. I love the schiller. I love statement chunky. When she came in, yeah, that one.
That one, please.
Yes, please. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful strand. So there's loads of things that you can. In fact, you wouldn't even have to do a lot with that because it's so versatile.
No.
You know, for it to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So yes, for me, lovely.
For you, it is perfect.
Yeah.
This is coming up as a challenge strand for you this afternoon, which means you get the chance to have a little look at what Debbie Kay's managed to do with it. Just, what have I done this morning whilst we're on the graphics? Well, I've had a hug off the world's best hugger, official. Lovely Fiona is in workshop today. Gorgeous pieces, aren't they? They're just in the shop. That's why it's so sparse in there. They've only just managed to go into the shop now. The graphics are in. Yeah. Let's bring you some treats then and throw things around. Oh my gosh, when is this Labradorite coming up? I know I'm off topic, but when? Later on. Ooh, you cheeky little minx not telling me. Later on. Look at the stand. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's start off though with your beautiful rice pearls. You're gonna adore the price point on this. Can I have my quantity, please? Brilliant. I've got over 100 of this, and trust me, you're not going to be disappointed in the price point. Take a look. Let me just leave it there for you to really have a good look at, because it is spectacular. Look, this is making me think of my book. Take a little look at these. In my book here, you can see you've got the same colouring here. And then just have a little look at this beautiful verse here. It says, when the first drops of rain fell from the clouds into the wide blue sea, it fell insignificant as it was tossed and tumbled by the rolling waves. And it goes on to essentially say that this is the way they believe pearls were created and the reason that they were loved by nobles and queens, and that is one of the reasons that these beautiful, beautiful organics are just so much adored by all of you out there. This strand already is going crazy. Possibly because you know how adored pearls are. They have adorned style icons throughout the world, haven't they? Think of all of the nobility, all of the people with regal status who have been strewn in this beautiful organic from decades and years ago. This is one of those mesmerizing pieces. This is one of those known and notified pieces. This is one of those wearable pieces. And let's face it, as jewellery makers, sometimes that's what we want, don't we? Yes, sometimes we want statement, bold, wow, how unique and unusual, but sometimes we just want wearable, stunning pieces. And I don't think you could get any better than this. Look at that. That's touching at the back. Perfect next line piece for me. My director just went, Beck, I don't know how to say this, but I think your microphone's dangling. It's all right, I'm all strapped in now. This is your natural pink rice pearls. Now, can I just pinpoint to you that we do have coloured pearls on quite a lot, don't we? We absolutely do. How are they coloured though, generally? Well, they're dyed, aren't they? They're dyed pearls. Because, as we know, pearls are very, very porous. That's why we always say, you know, don't spray your perfume directly onto pearls because they will dimple, they will, you know, essentially they don't like them at all. And the thing is, that's why it's great to dye them, because it gives you a beautiful, beautiful tone. The fact of the matter is, these are natural pink, as in, there is no dye placed upon these. This is natural. Now, why is that important? Okay, that's important when it comes to price point. What do we say with pearls all the time? We talk to you about, you know, the smoother they are, then the price is up. The larger they are, the price goes up. One thing we rarely talk about, because it rarely happens, is the colour of the pearl. Now, take out of it for a moment for me the dyed pearls, because that's a completely different kettle of fish. That basically, the price on that just changes due to realistically how sought after it would be, that colour, and how, you know, unusual that colour would be. When it comes to natural pearls, the general rule of price point for natural coloured pearls is your mid-range price of natural coloured pearls is your creamy tones. Then it goes up in price for the naturally white pearls, and then it goes up in price for your natural pink pearls that we have here. That's the way of the world, that's the way it is, because the creamy tones, the kind of unusual tones, are quite easy for Mother Nature to create, in a sense. Obviously none of these are easy for Mother Nature to create, but that's a more usual, maybe a more common natural colour for them to produce. Then it goes your white. To get a white, you can imagine that's going to be a step further for Mother Nature. To get your natural pink in the gemstone world, the way it goes is, if you want your lower price natural pearl, you're going to go cream, then it's going to go white, and then step up from that is going to be your natural pinks. That's what you've got here today. So, for this size in general, for a dyed pearl, you're probably, knowing you lot out there and knowing the prices we do, you're probably looking for the $7.95 price point, aren't you? That's what you're going to expect. One thing I need to say is you shouldn't expect that for a natural pink pearl. You shouldn't. I've already told you though, and I've already promised you that today we're going to have a whole section that continues the clearance. We are going to do something for you now specially, because we've had issues with the graphics. You've had to hear me ramble on for ages whilst we fix them. I know, but also just to carry on that clearance and to give you a little sneaky peek of things to expect to come. Your price point today on this natural pink strand of your pearls is £6.95. It shouldn't be. It is a phone. I've got multi-buyers on this as well. There is a queue on the phone, okay? That's to be expected today. I know if you are a telephone bidder, you will be aware that there have been queues all day, all morning. That's what happens when we do crazy price slashes, when we do crazy strands like this at this price point. That's what you're going to expect. When we've had clearance this morning, you know that that's going to continue throughout the day, and why wouldn't it? People have been buying all morning, getting their clearance, and now you know, not only am I carrying that clearance price selection on for a lot of my strands today, but also you know it's only $2.95 for postage and packaging all day. You've already bought loads this morning, but you know I'm going to carry this on. You know I'm going to be doing you some extremely high-end strands, some extremely connoisseur pieces at an amazing selection of price points today. You know that, but still you know it's only $2.95. You've done your postage and packaging now for the day. Everything else is just a bonus. This is going to be a sellout to everybody, and congratulations to you all getting this. I started off with 117, is that right? Yeah, I started off with 117 of these, and now I've got 7 left, and I've got 45 in baskets. I did let you know that it was going to be a big one. I'm going to have to move on. £6.95 for you. £6.95 for you on this today. It is stunning. It's sensational. Congratulations. Do not worry. We're going to make it up to you for the graphics going down. We know you don't like it. Neither do we. We're going to make it up for you. How about we do one of the challenge strands now? One of the challenge strands that we're going to give to Debbie to have a little play with. How about I bring to you a gemstone which has so much history behind it. It's almost unimaginable in many senses. I love that. Do you? Do you love when a gemstone has history and lore behind it? Because personally, I'm one of those people, this is just me, I'm one of those people who I can fall in love with something and I can really like something. So I saw Iolite and already loved it because it's kind of my colour palette, and I quite like the way that you can get all these different effects, and the fact that it has pleochrysm, which to me is just a magnificent effect that Mother Nature gives to us. I love that. So I saw it and already really liked it. But then I read more into it. I understood the history. I learned so much through my reading and through my quest to kind of understand this gemstone more, and my like for this gemstone turned into absolute love. If you're one of those people who enjoys learning about gemstones, what I will say is Saturday is a really special day for us, because I have got a whole show dedicated to the history and beliefs of gemstones. So do tune in for that if you love that sort of thing. And if you do love that sort of thing, why not get your hands on this today? Because boy oh boy, if you love history and beliefs, this gemstone does that so well. This is a stunning strand of your Iolite. Now let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay. I just want to get my torch out, because the lights in here are so impactful. They hit the gemstone, which is great when you've got a really lustrous gemstone. But for ones like this, where I really want you to be able to almost get a feel of the pleochrysm that you can get from this gemstone, I need to shine a light behind it to give you more of a feel of what you'll actually get at home. So if I can do that now, it's always a bit tricky for me to do this. This is the point I wish I had another hand. Do you ever get that? Have a little look at this strand. So you can see it now. It's beautiful. Actually, if I place this down, it might be better. Is that all right? No. You can see it's a beautiful, rich tone. But then, let me, hang on, if I put that there. Look at that. Can you see how much more life this has to it in as it were? Look, now, did you get a touch of the pleochrysm then on that centre one? I definitely did. Right, hang on, wait. So look at the centre of the gemstone. Can you see it's quite an obvious blue there, isn't it? Did you see the purple then in that centre spot? It went purpley, almost touching on the pink there. Can you see that? Touching on the pink, almost lilac-y. That is pleochrysm, ladies and gents, and you will be able to see that. You can't see that on every single strand. You can't. The gemstone itself does it, but you can't see it on every single strand, especially if the pieces are quite small. It's hard to show. But with big drops like this, you can get it, and you'll get that at home. When you look at it, to really get a sense of pleochrysm, I always suggest standing with your back against a window, natural light, and kind of move around so the light's always behind you, and you'll be able to get a feel of it. It's beautiful. This is your beautiful pleochrysmic Iolite, 95 carats, your price point today. Congratulations to Caroline, to Patricia, to Jennifer, Lynette, to Sarah, getting your hands on this at that price point already. Checked out your baskets. It's about to get better. I'm telling you, the clearance is continuing, so much so I'm about to take this to the lowest ever price on this strand. Lowest ever price. Now's the time to buy at just £12.95, £5 on the nose off for you today. You've never seen this strand at that price before. I'm looking at the phone lines. You are very unlikely to again. I've got people on the phone. I know there is a slight queue. We will be with you as soon as possible. Our call centre are working through you as quickly as they can. Check out your baskets. You've not seen this price before. £12.95 for you today. This is so special a strand. Just take a look. You've got beautiful drops on here, and this is going to be one of Debbie Kay's challenge strands. Now, why did you pick this one, Chickadee?
Again, I love the shape, and I thought that it went beautifully with the other strand. So I thought that we could do some, you know, something really pretty with that. It's also quite an unusual colour combination, which I probably wouldn't have thought of until I saw them together as strands. And I just think they look beautiful together.
You're completely right. Have you got any ideas for this one?
No, not yet. I'm going to cut them off the strand and then have a play and then see what I come up with. Some I would just, really, you could get away with just sticking maybe a pearl in between and having it as a necklace, just because of how beautifully they sit together on the strand.
Yeah.
So you don't always have to, like you said, you don't always have to do something really out there and wacky.
No.
Because sometimes I think the most wearable jewellery is the most elegant, isn't it?
You're completely right. I agree with that totally. So I will give you this strand to have a little play with.
Thank you.
And we've price dropped it as well. How wonderful is that? I'm going to squeeze in one more before we go over to a very special DI. Very special. Are we going to do the garnet? Yeah. Now, I'm excited to bring this to you today because I have done my research on this gemstone a lot in the past couple of months, because for me it was a gemstone of which I was aware of the name. I wasn't aware of the variety you could get, and I was definitely aware of the price points usually expected by high-end brands. I'm about to bring to you a truly Mandarin garnet. Now, I know it says it in the name, I know that sounds silly, but some Mandarin garnets you can get, they can look a little bit cloudy, a little bit misty, a little bit orangey. This is Mandarin garnet. You're gonna love it. Double strand. Take a look at these. If you want vibrancy, now's your chance. Isn't that truly Mandarin? That is bright and fun and zest, isn't it? This truly, look at how it's catching the light as well. Garnet is one of those gemstones that has such a plethora of information behind it. Did you manage to get your hands on that beautiful strand this morning of the garnet? Oh no, was that garnet spinel? They had the beautiful bright red strand. This would go spectacularly well with this, it truly would. 80 carats worth of your burst of light and fun Mandarin garnet. This is fresh, isn't it? This is gonna add sunlight to your pieces. We had a text in about it. Let's have a look. Super juicy. Wow, Emily, you are right. They are juicy, aren't they? They almost look like they're just filled with beautiful nectar, don't they? They have got that nectar feel about them, haven't they? Super juicy. Oh, Emily, you are completely right. Look at how that looks against the skin as well. Orange is one of those colours that I think certain people think, oh, I don't know if I can pull that off. But Mandarin, that's a whole different kettle of fish, isn't it? No matter what your skin tone, because it's so zesty and so vibrant, and because it does have a fire and a brilliance to it, that's going to work so wonderfully with any skin tone. This is a double strand, you can see that straight away. You've got almost a meter's worth of your genuine gemstone here. If Mark was here still, he would be absolutely head over heels with this. I know that for a fact, because I know how much he adores garnet anyway, and these of course are in your nuggets. Now, this is a spectacular strand. Your price for almost a meter's worth of zesty, juicy Mandarin garnet. Clearance continues. Oh, that was like my Dr. Evil smile then. We're taking the price down. That's not your price. That's your price. Another £5 off. Excuse me, if you've bought the last 2 strands, including this one, you saved yourself £10. Straight away, you saved yourself £10 today. If you've just bought this and just bought the previous strand, you've saved yourself £10 already today. Congratulations, everybody. Put that £10 back in your pocket. Keep it for a rainy day. Treat yourself to a nice bottle of wine, producer Eleanor says. Why not? Why not? £12.95 for beautiful, zesty, bright, genuine mandarin garnet. This colour does not come often at all. This colour, in fact, is often attempted to be recreated via treatments. I'm going to talk to you more about treatments in mere moments, but this is usually, because this is such a sought after tone and such a much, I've got multi-buyers on this. Congratulations everyone getting it. I know, 5 are off. You can't not, can you? Genuinely, this is a colour which is trying to be replicated by treatment. So they will apply heat to garnet to try and kind of get this colouring. That's how sought after it is. The fact of the matter is, this is natural mandarin garnet. That doesn't come along often at all. It's £12.95 for you today. Congratulations, everybody. This is spectacular. OCCD27, that's your code. Get it on the phone lines right now, because I'm only able to do this price point on this strand because I've not got that many. Almost a meter's worth of this genuinely stunning, exquisite, sought after natural gemstone. Honestly, to all of you who are getting this, your names have just gone off my screen. Congratulations to all of you. Now, this is a special moment for us all here. I'm not about to stand here and bring to you a designer inspiration. We are doing designer inspiration, of course, it's a designer inspiration show. But what I'm about to bring to you now is boutique, it's exclusive, and it is truly a treasure to behold. Come and walk with me. I'm about to bring you 3 of the big 4. Hi, Debbie Kershaw. And I'm about to bring them to you in a spectacular form. I talk to you a lot about treatments on gemstones. For me personally, it's one of the things I will look out for. I personally love natural gemstones. Certain ones, certain gemstones, that's not a rule for all, certain gemstones, I love a good treatment. I love the pyrite and with gorgeous kind of peacock colours, and I love pearls that have been dyed so I can get a beautiful array in my collection. But for me personally, when I'm dealing with the big boys, the big 4, I am exclusively looking for natural. That's just me. Now, when I say natural, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean untreated, no enhancements whatsoever. Have you got that treatment slide for me, Director Ian? This is a treatment slide. Now, at the bottom of the screen, codes, quite a lot. They'll be in brackets. So when I say the codes, I mean the letters down the side. Now, read the top section there. It essentially says that we haven't seen any other major retailers endorse these codes, but as a company, we believe it's a step in the right direction, because essentially there is no governing body that says anybody selling any gemstones anywhere has to tell you when treatments have taken place. For me, I take issue with that personally. I'm so glad that I work for a company that believes it's important that you know what has taken place on your gemstones. Now, I'm about to bring you 3 strands of the big 4, and all 3 are natural. I'm going to talk you through each and every one in implicit detail, because these are not strands to be ignored. This isn't going to be your usual designer inspiration. I'll be straight with you. I'm bringing you 3 of the big 4. So already we know this is boutique. This is exclusive because I have such a small quantity that honestly, it's a lucky few. If you're managing to get your hands on this today already, I'm going to congratulate you, because you're going to get an amazing price on amazing gems, and you are going to be one of the very few handful of people in the world to own this, because I don't have a lot at all. When we're talking about treatments, and I'm talking about natural, on all of these 3, there are a lot of treatments that go on. Heating is a big treatment that takes place on all 3 of the gemstones I'm about to show you. Heating is a process whereby we essentially heat a gemstone, mainly so we can alter the colour, which is fine. It's completely recognised. Out of all the treatments, it's probably one of the tamest. It takes place with lots and lots of gemstones, because for certain gems you will have an archetypal go-to colour that you desire, that you know people want, that you know is going to be kind of really cared for, let's say, by the buyers. So we will heat it to try and get that colouring. That hasn't taken place on any of these. Another treatment that is so common on these gemstones is filling. That, for me, is one of the most intensive of all treatments. What filling means, and sometimes it has to be done, what filling means is we essentially take a gemstone and in a way inject it with a lead-based or glass-based substance. The reason we will do that is because it gives you clarity. It gives you clarity spots, which again, we all know for 3 of the big 4, clarity is one of the things you've got to be looking for. Diamond's an exception, let's face that. Diamond's an exception because, you know, in your black diamonds, you're not necessarily looking for that all the time, are you? But on these in particular, the fact that you can see anything through them is a bonus. It's a plus. That treatment, again, has not taken place on these at all. Another big treatment for these 3, and I know I'm talking a lot about treatments, but for me, it's imperative that you know about this. It's absolutely imperative you know, because when you get natural gemstones, for emerald, for example, when you get natural emerald, you are going to be owning a 0.5% of natural emerald that's on the market, because the suggestion is around 99.5% of emerald on the market to purchase is treated. So it's really important you know about this sort of thing, especially when, for the big 3 in particular, as soon as you own a natural piece of the big 3, the price point is taken up by 50%. That is a gem recognized price point. That's not us saying that, that is what the gem world does. That's how it is, because it's such a rarity. Another treatment, our final treatment that happens a lot on this is irradiation, which again is really, really intensive. It essentially gets blasted by these intense rays, which are so intense that actually once it has been irradiated, it's unable to be put in front of or placed or touched or even around the company of human beings, because the rays that are injected are so harmful. When something is irradiated, it gets locked away for months before it can even be in the presence of a human. Let's talk to you about each one of these strands individually, because they're spectacular. You can see already how excited I am about these. Honestly, I've never seen such a buzz about gemstones in this way. Don't forget, for me, all natural. Emeralds. I just want everyone to enjoy each one of these strands just for a moment. This strand launched at just under £40. This is the epitome of emerald. Why do we heat it? To give it a nice emerald colour. Well, it's already got that. Why do we fill it? To give it clarity. Well, and again, I know the lights are slightly better over here for it, but I'm getting my torch out just so you can see the clarity on this. That's natural. We haven't had to add lead or glass-based substance to this. We haven't had to inject this with anything to give it that. Just look at how stunning the clarity on this is. Look at that. Even on the darker pieces. That is stunning, isn't it? Launched at you just under £40. The next gemstone strand I'm going to show you is your sapphire. I can't, in memory, think of a time I have brought you a single coloured strand of sapphire that hasn't been treated. I've brought you multicoloured strands of natural sapphire. Yeah, that's, you know, that's okay. We can do that because it's multicoloured, so it doesn't matter if there's lots of different colours within there. What we can't do generally is bring you a same tone, same saturation strand that isn't heated. Because if you imagine, you're going to have a small amount of sapphire in front of you, but these have to be individually hand-picked to match and to look good together and to work on a strand, so that there's not some areas where some are dark and some are light and some are a bit patchy. These have to be hand-picked individually to be put onto a strand. This, for sapphire, you're looking for, checklist in the head, for price point, high price, the pinnacle points, you're going to be looking for a tone. So when I mean the tone, I'm talking about the colour is even throughout. I'm then talking to you about the clarity. That's another checkpoint you need to be ticking off in your head. And then saturation. So by saturation, I mean the amount of colour. So very different to tone. Those three things are going to give you an idea as to why this is such a high-end strand. Take a look. Each one of these is hand-picked to create a strand which not only has clarity, it has an even tone, and it has a beautiful, deep, rich symmetry to the saturation. This is a gemstone which has always been decadent. It has always been luxurious. This is one of those gemstones that we say had the Kate Middleton effect. As soon as Kate Middleton got given this beautiful blue sapphire ring, the sales of sapphire rose by around 200%. This is a sought after type of sapphire with the colours. I want to show you again, let me just show you the clarity on this again. I'll get the torch out just to give you an idea. No glass in this. This is 100% sapphire, because let's remember, if we're playing it honestly, let's be completely honest, if you get a filled gemstone, you are getting that gemstone, yes. But you're also getting a little bit of glass in there too. We are not allowed to stand here and say, this is a beautiful strand of filled sapphire, that's 100% real sapphire, because technically, it doesn't make up 100% sapphire, it makes up a lot of sapphire and a little bit of lead or glass. This is, I can say, 100% sapphire. Take a look at the clarity on this. No filling needed at all. None. Oh my goodness, look at that. Seriously beautiful, beautiful strand. And lastly, but in no way at all leastly, I'm about to bring you a strand of ruby. The work that has been put into this is spectacular. And again, it's unusual that we don't have to treat gemstones. It really, really is unusual. The only reason we wouldn't is when what Mother Nature brings to us is so superb and so spectacular, we don't have to do anything extra with it. We just shape it, polish it, strand it. Just close your eyes for a moment for me, and I just want you to imagine in your head a ruby. Think of the colour, feel the warmth, feel the heat from it. Imagine ruby. Are you imagining? Feel the warmth, feel the richness. And now take a look at this strand. That has just pinpointed and picked everything you have imagined in your mind's eye, hasn't it? That has just highlighted to you every single imaginable opportunity and possibility of what ruby is. This to me is the heart and soul definitive point of ruby. Let me show you again with the light behind, because it's just, this just dances. It dances before your eyes. Take a look. This is your designer inspiration. Look at that. This is your designer inspiration, pure luxury. You will notice next to me there are a few little sneaky extras, because this is designer inspiration. We don't just give you gemstones, do we? Generally, we don't just give you gemstones, we'll give you some extra pieces. So we've got for you included in here your essentials, the needs. You've got your essential threading pack with your monofilament, your elastic and your beading thread. You've then also got one of our most popular pieces recently, because it's new to us here at Jewellery Maker. We've only had it in, well, a few days. It is the sari thread. So beautiful, isn't it? How well do they work with the gems themselves? Look at that. Emerald, ruby, sapphire. There has been a lot of thought put into this kit. You have the opportunity today to own the most exclusive boutique high-end selection I've ever brought to you on a designer inspiration show. In fact, I have ever brought you, full stop. Deep, exquisite ruby, completely natural sapphire, and beautiful emerald from one of the #1 locations in the world. Zambian, by the way. Zambian emerald being the place and the location whereby we have to go through around 12 million grams of rough material, gets sifted through in these huge open mines in Zambia. 12 million grams of rough to find 1 gram of emerald, of this emerald. This is exclusive. It's pure luxury. Your price point today, of course it should be. Of course it should be. £123.20. That is epic on all scales already. How much do we usually take off for designer inspiration? I've seen £6, £10, £12. I've not seen this before, ever. £35, 25 pence off today. for designer inspiration, £87.95 is spectacular. You have got 3 treasures of the world coming to you here today in this exceptional kit. And if you honestly can think of a time that you have ever saved that amount on a designer inspiration, I was not doing that show, because I tell you what, I can't remember. How blown away are you by that already? But wait. That's not all I've got in this kit. $9-carat gold, enveloping 92.5% genuine silver findings pack. Wow. Ladies and gents, can I just pinpoint something to you right now? If you wanted to get your hands on these 3 strands alone, you would be paying more than that, just for the 3 strands. The emerald was launched just under £40. I have the strand of, is it the sapphire, was $34.95. The ruby's around the same price point as well. You should be paying close to £100 just for those 3 strands. I am now, though, adding on top of that one of our biggest hitters of recent days with the sari thread, which you are all loved. We've done designer inspirations with it, so if you haven't got it before, look back. We have done designer inspirations with this. It has been adored. We've got your essential pack as well, which can be ignored, but it says it in the thread, in fact, it's a need. And then on top of it, you have got 9-carat gold, one of the most desirable, expensive and luxurious metals in the world, enveloping 925 genuine silver. This, my friends, is not to be ignored. I'm gonna be straight with you. I know that's not the price point you're used to on designer inspiration. I understand that. But for us, we want to show you and prove to you that you are worth these high-end gems. You can work with 3 of the big 4 and gold with 925 with some of the essentials, and you can create beautiful pieces with a £35 saving, more than £35 off. That is exceptional. Don't forget as well, 30-day money back guarantee. If you get it home and you think, oh, actually, maybe this isn't for me, fine, absolutely. Go for it, send it back, no questions, no quibbles, but you're gonna fall in love. If you want the pinnacle point of high end, then now is your opportunity to do so. Congratulations to everyone. You saw we only started off with 55, you saw that. That is how exclusive this is. If you are one of those people on my screen sort of to the side of me now who have already purchased it, all I can say is congratulations, because you are one in only 55 people in the world who can own this kit. That's special, isn't it? That is a special, so well done to you. Ladies and gents, do check out your baskets. By the looks of it, I've got about 15 in baskets. Imperative you check out. And you're gonna love it even more when I head on over to the gorgeous Debbie Kay. Hello, lovely lady. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How are this to work with?
Oh. Absolutely. You know, I think you've got to think what gemstones you're working with. So you could have, I would have probably just made a ruby bracelet, ruby earrings. I could have had a sapphire bracelet, sapphire earrings. Could have even had emerald. But that wouldn't have been much of a designer inspiration putting them on them just with a clasp on the end. So I've put them all together for you, just for a designer inspiration. but it was lovely. And you know, to be able to, I don't think I've actually worked with ruby ever before.
Really?
No, not like this.
Wow.
And they just shine and shimmer.
Shimmer, don't they?
I was a little bit in love with this kit.
I'm so in love with this, I really am. One thing I will say as well, which I should have pointed out, please, if you've never done this before, this is your chance now, get it valued. Because the last time that I can remember, we had, this is a while ago now, a fair few months ago now, we had a lady on a workshop. She had, on a neck piece, she had 1 strand of sapphire, all bought from here, 1 strand of sapphire, 1 strand of ruby, 1 strand of emerald. It was simple as that. She'd done it as a triple necklace with 925 at the back, 925 gold, in fact, like you're getting in the kit. She got it, genuinely, she got it valued over £500. All bought from us.
Amazing.
Just a strand of each. And that's the same quality we're working with here. Get it valued. I adore this piece. Look at how delicate and wearable but stunning this is.
I wanted a ruby and emerald flower.
Who doesn't?
And I was going to have one. So I actually started off by making the ruby and emerald flower. And then I knew that we were doing a Kumihimo show, so I wanted to get these fantastic threads in as well at the same time. Yeah. But I didn't want to overwhelm the just complete gorgeousness of the gemstones.
No.
So I've kept it delicate because I think that these gorgeous strands just lend themselves to luxurious, delicate jewellery. And as I said, you could make, you know, a ruby bracelet and earrings or whatever, but I wanted to put them together. I wanted to just kind of do that wow factor.
Yeah, I see.
Because I could.
Because you can. Why not? If you've got it, flaunt it.
It's very rare that happens, isn't it? You can work with these sorts of things.
I love that. Where are we going to start with this lovely lady?
So, I'm going to start off.
Oh, the librarian's in.
I'm sorry, I have to.
I love those glasses on you. They suit you so much. They make you look super intelligent.
Do I look like Miss Moneypenny?
Oh my gosh, it's uncanny. It's uncanny.
You know, and then when you put these on, you look and you go, wow, you can see what you're working with. So first of all, I've actually already stranded some of these because we're on live telly and, you know, my eyes are, yeah, save time so that we can see what we're doing. So I've actually, what I did was I crimped the end of my beading thread and I've just added 3 of each of the gemstones. So I've done 3 rubies, 3 emeralds, she says in a blasé way.
I know.
And 3 sapphires all the way along. So this would be your strand that you begin with. Now if you want to, you can get your ruler and measure out how long you want it to be, because your necklace is going to be graduated. So you're going to want your 3 strands, each one to be slightly longer than the next. Now I'm not a very precise worker, but I know some people are. So if I measure that, I've got sort of 13. So I probably would want to go for about 14 centimetres for my first little drop on my necklace. So I finished off there with emerald. So I'm gonna, I laugh when I say that, emerald.
I know, it's special though, isn't it?
So I'm now gonna put on 3 sapphires. Do excuse me if I get my head in the camera.
No, don't worry about that.
The easiest way that I found, look at these all mixed together, whoa. The easiest way that I found isn't it, to actually thread these on is to leave them on your beading mat and kind of pick them up as you go. Now you could even do this with a needle if you wanted to. So I'm going to pick up 3 sapphires, pop it on. Now some of these I did eat tiny and they'd be absolutely fantastic, but they still go on. Can you see that?
Yeah,
little tiny. And just, you want to get to the length that, if you work everything from this strand, then you can go from this with the length of your Kumihimo lengths. Okay, so I've got 3 there, and then let's just pop 3 rubies on. These rubies are gorgeous.
They are archetypal, aren't they?
They're amazing.
I can't think of a strand that I've been, you know, privileged enough to have of that quality before.
The rubies are really standing out at me, and I think it's because I've been hankering after a ruby ring for ages. You know, any ruby ring. I just fancy one.
What is it about ruby that's giving you a hankering?
I love red, and you know, when you start to work with these, often I'll see you over there, sort of with the strands, and I'll look up at the monitor. Yeah. But I don't know if you can see this on the camera if you zoom in. But when you start to work with them, look at the way those rubies sparkle. If I move them. So, you know, can imagine that around your wrist or around your neckline. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So all I'm going to do now is crimp. Now, you do get some absolutely gorgeous finding. I did use some silver on mine as well, because I was aware that I needed to add some Kumihimo into the show, and I wanted to add some ribbon clamps, so I've used some silver as well, just to mix it up.
Okay.
But completely up to you, because you do get the gold. So I'm going to pop on my gold crimp bead, pop my thread back down, just making a little loop, because this is basically going to be hidden when we start to move on. Give it a good squeeze, and then just cut off your end. So your whole design is actually working around your ruby and sapphire and emerald length.
So good.
I know, I'm laughing, but
as a bracelet, I've got to. I'm sorry, I've got to.
yeah.
I feel like a princess. Not any old princess, not like a Disney princess, a proper princess. I feel like a proper, real life, I've married a prince, he loves me so much, he's bought me a bracelet of emerald, sapphire and ruby.
I mean, I would probably make a bracelet or a couple of bracelets and wear them every day, because it's a very wearable.
Wearing emerald, sapphire and ruby every day?
Well, you wouldn't usually be able to afford that, I think, is the thing, is it? And as jewellery makers, you know, we look at these strands and often they're 50 whatever plus pounds each.
Yeah,
so it's not something that, is it? That, or is that me?
No,
it's not something that you can, you know, you work with every day. So that's what I would do. So you've got your length there, and I'm going to make a flower. Because I had to do it.
Yeah.
So what I've basically done, I've made 3 petals, and I'm going to show you how to make the last 2. Okay. 12 of each bead has gone on each petal, so you only need 12 of your gemstones. So you could actually do a whole ruby flower or a whole emerald, but I thought I'd just mix up the colours. So let's start with our emerald flower. I've got 12 on this. It's such a simple way of making a flower, and this is 0.4 wire, and it goes on beautifully on the 0.4 wire. You could make a butterfly if you wanted to not use as many gemstones. You could make a butterfly. So I'm just going to take it back round so that your strand meets at the bottom, and then when I'm happy with roughly where we are, I'm just going to twist. So it's just that twisty sort of tiara technique. So now I've got my 4 petals, and then I've just got 12 more rubies.
How gorgeous is that?
Can you see them on the length there though, how they're shining? Does the camera pick that up?
Isn't it?
It does, isn't it?
So sparkly.
Are they lovely?
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, that might be my ruby ring, mightn't it? A ruby flower on a wire ring. Oh, I could do that. Oh yeah.
Debbie K!
How about that? That would work, wouldn't it?
And the thing is, you can have those as a ring, because we know all 3 of these gemstones high up on the Mohs scale, which means they've got a lot of strength.
Right, okay.
So you don't have to worry about having them as a ring, because you can knock against on it. They're so hard, it's not going to bother them.
And if you used like a higher gauge wire, you know, for the main part of the ring, you could just wire this on, couldn't you? I think I'd probably do that as well. I'll get more ideas as I go along.
Oh, Debbie K!
So again, I'm just doing exactly the same thing, and I'm just going to twist round. Now, when you are twisting gemstones, any gemstones, I'm sure that, you know, I'm telling a lot of people what they already know, but some people haven't worked in this technique before. If you twist too much, you can break your wire or start crushing into your gemstones. So you don't want to do that. So you just want a like nice gentle twist, just enough to hold, just sort of 3 or 4 twists, so that you end up with your flower shape.
Can I have that as a ring, please?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I'm so sorry. I just need to feel like a princess again.
Just going to run off like that.
I love that. This is the, oh my goodness, this is the type of thing that when it adorns your finger, you would unintentionally exaggerate everything with your hand. Do you know what I mean?
It's the kind of ring that if you didn't get your nails done ever before, you'd suddenly have to go and get your nails done.
It's one of those like, oh no, let me just get this glass for you. Isn't it? It's one of them.
Hello.
Yeah, it completely. You'd always have an itchy eye. Oh, look.
Yeah. Look at my ruby.
I love that. Oh,
so I'm going to actually shape my petals in a minute, but I'm just going to do a little twist behind to bring these little wires together. And now it's completely up to you what you want to put in the middle. I chose some spacer beads just from a findings kit that I had lying about. And then I popped a ruby on top, as you do. So take one of your strands out of the middle of your flower. And I use this quite big one because you can see that quite clearly. And pop it on. Oh, I think that's the first time I've ever got that spacer bead on the first time. How about that? And then I'm going to pick one because they are graduated, these strands, so you do get some quite sizable stones on the strand. So let's go for quite a big ruby because we can. Pop it on. Pop the ruby on so that you've got your ruby in the middle there.
So cute.
And what I'm going to do, I think, is just going to take the wire, not through the ruby, but back down through the spacer.
Okay.
And out the back.
All right.
Like so. You'll have a little bit more time to spend being gentle. So that then I'm just going to bend my petals up. Set my stone of your necklace if you were making one like mine. So I'm going to pop that to the side. I thought because we're doing Kumihimo, what I'd do was show you how to set up the board on this demo and then to do the actual braiding on the next one. Is that okay?
Great, perfect, yeah. Because of course we are continuing the Kumihimo theme to our second designer inspiration today as well.
Right, I don't
And
need
we do
to
have the
ask.
disc for you as well.
Oh good. I love this.
stock.
I love these.
Why?
Because they're not heavy, I can just shove them in my bag. I can even put it in my handbag. You know, if you go on long, boring car journeys, get it out, and it's really relaxing. It's really relaxing.
That's good.
So what I've done is I've cut. I'm just going to show you a basic 8 braid. 8 braid length braid, and I've taken 8 about half a metre lengths of this gorgeous cord. Is it sari cord, did you say?
It is, yeah, it's sari
lovely.
threads. How was it to work with? You've not worked with it before.
Lovely. Do you know what I really liked about it?
Yeah.
Was that it makes a very delicate braid.
Yes, it does.
So a lot of the other things that we work with, I think, make a nice statement braid. I'm all about statement things.
Yeah.
But this made a really delicate braid, which was perfect to go with these kind of gemstones, I thought. So,
Because you don't want to overpower these gemstones, do you?
No, and I didn't want to do lots and lots of wiggly Kumihimo and overpower these gemstones, so I wanted to see these.
Yes, yes, I understand that completely.
So I've knotted my 8 strands, just an overhand knot on the end, and I'm going to pop it through the centre of my board. Now I know there's lots of different ways that people do Kumihimo, and as long as it works, it's right. I say that about all jewellery making. This is how I do it. So I'm going to pop it through the centre. Now, I usually hold it with my fingers. At this point, you can put a weight on, or you can put a bulldog clip. I often use a bulldog clip. People use keys with a little clip on, just to give it some weight when you actually start getting going with your braid. And then, if you've got, notice you've got 4 dark black dots on your board. Can you see those?
Yeah.
And I don't concern myself with the numbers. I think for the basic 8 warp braid, you really don't need to concern yourself with the numbers. If you just think about the clock, you've got 12, 3, 6 and 9. Okay. So take 2 strands and you're going to place 1 each side of your black dot. Now we will have all of these sorts of things on our website, won't we?
Yeah, so you can have a look on
all
there.
your basics, if you want, you know, a refresher.
If you are starting Kumihimo for the first time today, then I'll give you the opportunity to own the disc. When are we doing this? Now? Yeah, brilliant. So I'll give you the opportunity to own the disc now, just because Debbie's very kindly showing us how to set it up, which is something we don't actually see that often, but it's an important point to know. If you want to start a brand new medium, if you want to start a brand new hobby, if you want to pass on a hobby to people of all ages, now is your opportunity to do so, because we're giving you a getting started Kumihimo kit. We get the mini disc. Now you're working with the larger one. Talk to us about the difference.
Makes no difference at all to the braid that you end up with. It's just, actually I've got a friend who uses a little one all the time. She finds it better on her hands to hold.
Yeah.
It's also, obviously it's more portable, but then you say that, this is pretty portable too.
As well. We say that this one's quite good for working with, if you're trying to get a child started with jewellery making, because that's quite large for little hands, isn't it? Whereas this one's perfect for it. It does the same job completely, it's just a smaller portable size. So you get the get started kit. You're then getting loads and loads of your threads in this today. Absolutely loads. Take a look. I've got, blimey, you've got satin cords in the green, in the red, and the orange and the navy blue. Satin cord's great for this, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. You get, I think it's really nice to get a Kumihimo braided length to use as, maybe if you don't want to use it as the focal point of your necklace, you can use it around your neck instead of a chain. And it's sort of, you can bead sort of the central part and then have a length of cord on either side. Instead of the cord being plain, it can be, you know, your satin cord. Mixing the colours is great fun as well.
Ooh, yeah, to give different design features.
Yeah, it just depends where you place them on the board. So you can sort of put all of your green to the left and all of your orange to the right, or you can go green, orange, green, orange. You can have lots of, you know, fun just playing with it and seeing what you come up with.
I adore that idea. All of this, by the way, is 1 mil. You get 10 metres worth on every single one of these packs. You've then got your nylon thread. Now this is totally different because it is a much thinner size, isn't it? This is 1 mil, the satin cord. This is 0.5 mil, so it's much daintier. What different look is it going to give us?
It's more of a matte look. You get sort of a shinier look with the satin cord, and you get a more delicate look. So that you can, depending on your design, you could just braid a Kumihimo length and then just sort of hang off gemstones from the length.
That's
so that's
a good
quite
idea.
pretty.
That's really pretty.
So depending if you want a chunky length or a slightly thinner length, because everybody's got different design style, haven't they? Or put these together, get a different texture altogether. So you get kind of, if you think of sari silk and the kind of organic nature of sari silk, you tend to get that if you mix your threads. I quite like doing that. Oh, God.
But it does give you a different feel.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
so you can kind of get that. Like if you say put that with ribbon and then something else, so the all different types of threads that you've got, you can have that kind of organic feel. And also, I don't think you really know what kind of thing is your style, what kind of braid is your style until you work with different mediums, do you?
I know, I think you're right. Before you try it yourself, you can't really tell, can you?
No, I never think so.
So that's just to show you the difference in thickness. So the navy blue is the satin, that's the 1 mil, and the fine orange is your nylon cord. You've got the nylon cord in the orange and also in this beautiful vibrant red as well. And then whenever we get this in, people go Coco Loco. Why do you love Eslon so much?
Because you can get it through your gemstones.
Which means you can do gemstone pieces in your Kumihimo, doesn't it?
So you can do, every single time you do a braid, which I'll show you on the next demo, you can drop a bead down. And it honestly, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If you do it just with little rounds, you get this gorgeous kind of like, you know the popcorn chain you can get? Is it called popcorn? It's like all little, they're really, really expensive on the high street in the jewellers. You get that kind of effect. And it's really good fun as well. So every time you move it, you pop the bead down, get it under the thread, you turn it round, you do another one. And again, you can do all of your beads, or you can just do them every 3 times, every 4 times. So that's why people love this.
And people do, and it works over loads of mediums as well, doesn't it? Pretty much any medium you can think of, this will kind of be in there. So let's recap. You've got 2 sets of your Eslon, 1 in the black, 1 in the white. You've got 20 metres worth of your nylon cord, 1 in orange, 1 in red. You've then got orange and red with blue and green in the satin cord, 10 metres again, that's 1 mil, and your Kumihimo disc. Your price point is not £16.55, should be. Let's carry on that clearance feeling, shall we? You're going to be absolutely blown away. I'm going to take this under 15 by loads. Your price point today, £8.95. Your face then. £8.95.
I thought I was used to your prices. It makes me laugh. No, because when I started out, I bought everything separately, you know, as you do, ages ago, because I was so into it. You know, boxes full of stuff. I'm still quite into it. And you know, and I was like, right, get the disc. Oh no, now I need another disc, because for when I, you know, and now I need this cord and that cord. And I bought everything separately, so I paid all different postage and package for every separate thing I bought as well. I mean, you know, addicted much. But when you get all this to start off a new thing for £8.95, that's
brand new hobby, brand new skill.
That's mad.
For £8.95. You can't even take up running for that price.
But you know, you could put that into one of our nice organza bags, you know, that you get with the kids. And give it as a present. I'd love to get under the tree.
How fab would that be? If you've got like a Secret Santa going on, maybe with your jewellery making friends or even without. Normally Secret Santa is like £10, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you could get them this and you've still got a couple of quid to spend to top it up. Get a strand.
Oh, I want
that. Get a strand get a bundle. Get a bundle and then get your strand. Oh.
Put a strand in, put that in, sorted. And imagine that as a Secret Santa. Someone would think you've spent loads of money, wouldn't they?
I love that. And they can then make things to not only enjoy themselves and to pass time, but to give as gifts, so then you get nice Kumihimo gifts in the future.
I like that.
It's a gift that keeps on giving. £8.95, loads of you getting this. Get in quickly on it though, because it's already flying out. Congratulations, everybody. Okay, let's carry on then.
Okay. I'm still thinking about that under my Christmas tree. Right, the glass get gone. So right, all I'm doing is putting 2 each side of your black dot.
Okay.
And if you think about it as the 4 points on your clock face, really.
Oh yeah.
Now you do need to have some tension on this. So I'm not using a weight at all, so you don't have to have a weight.
No.
And then I tend to hold it with my fingers. And then all you do from this point on is move your threads around to make your Kumihimo length.
Okay.
So what I'll do, because on my next kit I've got some thicker cords, so it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing, I'll show you the next bit on my next demo. But I've got one I made earlier.
Perfect.
And look at this, because I was quite pleasantly surprised how that looked when it was made up, because my husband came in and said, what have you done with that? Is that wire? And I've shown it to the ladies in the workshop and they just said, is that wire?
Isn't that fab?
Because of how that
twinkles and sparkles and looks.
And it's really delicate. So if you are one for your high-end, delicate, quite wearable designs, this is pretty good, isn't it? Because I think sometimes cord can be quite out there and funky, but not everyone likes that, do they? Because everybody's different. No. So I mean, you could make it like that if you put sort of 3 strands on each clock face, you know, rather than 1. It can be done. It's nice to have the option of it going kind of quite refined. Quite refined. Yeah. So all I did, you could, of course, Kumihimo another length of the green. I was running out of time, so I plaited it. But look what it looks like plaited.
Oh, it's a nice flat braid.
A flat braid.
A flat braid. That could have gone epically wrong then. Yeah.
I can't say Kumihimo today either, so never mind. So
you just did?
I did, and I did it properly.
Well done.
And then I just used, not from the findings kit that we get with this kit, just for some ribbon ends, cord ends that I have laying about, because I tend to have quite a lot of those left over from kits, to just crimp your end. So it's as easy as that. So I'll just show you how to do that, shall I?
Yeah, fab.
So as you can see, I've got one end done. And these are quite good as well, these. I use these cord ends for loads of things. You can stamp your initial on there or a little heart or something if you want to. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
We like doing that.
Oh, we like that a lot.
So you can either put your knot in, but I'd like to maybe braid a little bit more than I need and leave my knot out and like really hold on to it, so that I'm actually just crimping my cord end. So let me get a good hold on that. Once you get a really good hold on it, it's easy peasy. So just take one end, squish it down with your pliers, and then take another end and squish it down. It's alive with your pliers. Now I've got bigger pliers than this, and I tend to get those to do this job. There it goes. Once it starts, it's quite easy. So that you've got like that really nice finish, and then just scissors or snips, whatever you use, just to get rid of the end. So that I was left basically with my 3 lengths. Don't forget my rubies, sapphires and emeralds.
No. Well, it's impossible to.
Don't forget about that. There they are.
It's impossible to.
Okay. Here, in a little bundle, and then my flower, which I just made a loop behind, and then it's completely up to you if you want to add some more cord to the top here. So I'm just going to add all of these things to jump ring. So I've got a loop, 3 loops onto a jump ring for my necklace, same on the other side. So then you might want to add, you know, another length of thread. You get blue in this one as well.
Yeah.
To make your necklace, or you get some absolutely gorgeous, look at that. That lovely.
Oh, gold.
I do like gold with it, I have to say. You can put the gold up the side, or you can put some silver as I did. up the side to sort of finish off your necklace. And that I had, well, let's think, absolutely, well, I hardly used any of the cord for that.
That's amazing.
So think how many, if you look at the finish.
Is that a new reel?
That's new, that's the reel I used.
So this is the reel you've used?
These are the reels I've used here.
These are the reels, and look. If I sold that to you as a brand new reel, you wouldn't know any better, would you?
No.
Because look at it, there's no gaps in here or anything.
Well, you saw how much I had there when I showed you how to set up the board. As I say, you
And
can
that's
go...
used for the prep,
yeah.
used for the piece already done,
Yep.
used for the piece already made as
Yep.
well. Loads.
So that's the sort of way that I went with it. I wanted to put all of the emeralds, rubies and sapphires together.
Oh my.
and show you a little bit of Kumihimo. See, I can't say it today.
Yeah, no, good.
At the same time.
Kumihimo, I'm here, got your back. And that, my friends, is how you make the most of your emeralds, ruby and sapphire. Oh my.
I can't say that again now. I've just added a little dangle as well because I had some gemstones left. I wanted to use every single one.
Why not? It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it, really?
So on a little bit of chain there, just added some leftover findings. But I think, as I say, if this was my kit and I wasn't sort of trying to do a big statement piece for a design inspiration show, I would have the emerald bracelet or the emerald ring, and you know, I would use them like that.
And would you use them with the gold 925?
Gold is my preference, with especially ruby. I think with it all together, gold would be my preference as well. I didn't use all of the gold findings, as I say, because I wanted to show you a bit of Kumihimo, so I needed to use some cord ends.
But would you use with these high-end gemstones this type of metal?
I would, because
generally
it has to be done. I mean, you're not going to use, you know, rubies and then, well, you can if you want. That's the beauty of making jewellery.
Of it, isn't it?
But
yeah.
I would rather have the extra of the precious metals, because, I mean, forget selling. I know lots of people sell, but lots of people don't sell. But I would give that as a present. Imagine, you know, I'd give that to my mum. I can say that 'cause she's in Australia and she can't hear me. But, you know, she loves emerald. It's her birthstone. It's her favourite stone ever. The closest I've got to giving her anything emerald that I've made was the zoicide stone.
Yeah.
You know, but this is just, you know, imagine that. Here, Mum, have an emerald bracelet.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
That is going to put you in the good books for a long time.
I reckon that would earn me some brownie points, don't you?
Yes. No washing up for you for 3 weeks. Thank you very, very much, WK, you absolute love. Whilst you're still here,
yes.
I want to ask your opinion on something rather dear to jewellery makers' hearts.
Ooh.
How do you feel about the sari yarn?
Do you know, I don't think I've ever... Oh, I love the sari silk and the sari ribbon, completely. I've got boxes full of it. Oh, that's gorgeous. So, Trent, boho, and... Oh,
3 now. I need to let you know, sari silk, sari ribbon, sari thread, sari yarn, when it comes to the amounts that we sell, yarn comes out the #1. It is, at the moment, from what we have at the moment, the biggest seller in that collection, in that variety. I'm not totally sure why it is. It's just probably the fact that you love it so much. We don't have it on that often. Our price points are amazing, and I think it gives you something that none of our other yarns or threading materials that I can think of off the top of my head give to you.
it's that look I was trying to describe earlier, isn't it? It's that kind of organic feel of the threads together.
Yeah.
So you could use just one length of this amongst other threads for your Kumihimo.
Oh, that's going to be gorgeous.
That would give it a lovely feel. Scarf.
Yep.
Oh, you could do things like that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can crochet with this, you can knit with this. This is such a tactile, beautiful medium, it really is. So take a little look at what colours we've got. If we separate out, I just want to show you kind of the thickness of this yarn. Let me step out the way. It's one continuous length of this material. So you can see on here, you get a little white section. All you have to do is snip that off when you get it home. There's 2, you snip one off there as well. And it comes in a huge loop. It's a big loop that it comes to you, one continuous loop. It goes round and round. So there's not loads of ends, it's just one continuous loop that comes to you. So that means it's really, really workable. Some people pop it on a door handle and work from it there, say if they're crocheting. Some people will just cut off the length that they need or want at that moment in time and work it like that. But it does come in one really workable continuous loop, which is wonderful because it kind of blends into these colours. You can see there's loads of colours going on in here, and it's because they're kind of blended through, as it were. So this is described as your hot pink, 95 grams worth on this today. You've then got, which I think would be gorgeous with labradorite, with iolite, that iolite price flashed before. Men's as well.
Yeah, I think you could have that for either. And again, I'm thinking, you know, when you do, again, stocking fillers are hard to think of for blokes.
Yeah, you're right.
I never know what to get my husband, but he will wear like bracelets, things like that. So again, you could add that in with some faux leather or faux suede, give it that kind of bloke feel, but you're not giving them something too colourful that maybe they wouldn't wear.
No, but it's still got that beautiful, really bang-on trend organic feel within the texture of this. So you've got this one, it's described as dark grey, which I think is a massive letdown of names. Look at this, you've got navy in there, you've got almost your steampunky tones, you've almost got gunmetal tones, actually, titanium tones running through, haven't you? Beautiful. Again, 95 grams, and lastly, but by no means leastly,
whoa.
Whoa.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're making me pull some really weird faces today, Debbie Kay.
Bad influence.
It is bad influence.
I love that though, because it looks like all the textures together. It was weird, you know, because it sounds like I was describing that earlier, but I hadn't even seen it there. But this is what I was trying to describe. These kind of different, I'd see that as a scarf or a long lariat type necklace, you know, and you could have maybe sort of just a waterfall of some gemstones on the bottom. Because I would think that when you cut that into single lengths, that it can be quite versatile about how thick your braid is.
Oh, definitely. Do you know what I'm thinking? Really simply, just plait it as one of those kind of over the brow, because it's going to be really comfortable too.
It will.
Because I bought some of this described green. Forestry frenzy, I would call this. I'm in the wrong job. I need to be naming chords. I would describe this as forestry frenzy. And accidentally fallen into the alliteration game. How strange. Debbie Kay, get on board. Alliteration game.
No, I'm rubbish at this.
That's why I like playing with you.
I'm not. It's not grey.
That's not alliteration.
No, I know. I don't know. Gorgeous grey. Gorgeous grey.
I like that. And finally, Pete. What would you call this one? Alliteration game, brother Pete? Ooh, he says. Ooh, hang on. Come on, Pete, don't let us down.
It's difficult.
Ooh. Go on. He's thinking. Oh, criminy. Literally, Ben has just whispered to you an epic idea.
He cheated.
And still you can't come up with something. What?
You said Mystic Magenta.
Mystic Magenta? Oh, Ben, top of the class.
Go, Ben.
Go to the top of the class.
And then I was just intimidated.
Peter said, and then I was just intimidated by him whispering at me. You've got all three of these today. Your price point should be... That'd be the price if you went on our website at any point other than today and were to buy these as a pack of 3. We get them in the trios themselves. If you were to buy these at our prices, they would be that astonishing £17.85 price point. Today though, £8.95.
That'll do.
£8.95. Now, honestly, you guys know this. If you watched yesterday, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I'm gonna. Oh, my producer went, no, come on, let's not do this again. I've got to. I mean, no one going to get caught out for it at some point, but I just need to let you know genuinely. Our rule here at Jewellery Maker, you know, it is a company, it's a workplace, you have lots of rules, don't you, in line. Our rule is when you're selling a 3-pack of sari silk, you can go to the lowest £9.95. Now that's always been the rule, but because producer Helena is so new, she doesn't know that, and she's not yet been pulled up on it.
La 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 la
la la la la la la la la la la la la. £8.95, ladies and gentlemen. Don't expect to see that because it's only a matter of time before someone's found out. Yes, I did accidentally inadvertently just sing a little bit of Rainbow. Who cares? £8.95 for all of them. It's stunning, isn't it? Love it.
I do. I've never seen it before. I really like it.
I can see you creating something beautiful with these.
It feels lovely. It's soft. I love it when it's soft because you don't want to wear things against the skin that are kind of rough, do you? Well, I don't.
Not particularly. Congratulations, everyone who's got your hands on this today. £8.95 for you today. I have got coming up for you now a very short break, but after the break, I am carrying on the clearance. I have got some beautiful high-end strands, but I've also got some bargain bundles not to be missed. Genuinely. Stay exactly where you are.
Thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win by going to the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards website and registering your vote. Voting closes on the 27th of November.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Tune in to Jewellery Maker on Wednesday the 1st of October for our pyjama party. Stay wrapped up and cosy in your PJs and chillax whilst watching Carol and guest designer Sarah.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Design Inspiration. Haven't we had a treat of a show so far, and the treats are going to continue, I can tell you that for nothing. I am joined today by the absolute riot, which is Debbie Kay.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Sorry, are we starting some sort of quartet?
We're just waking everyone up.
Okay, good. I hope you are awake. It's 2:30. Get up. I have got loads of treats for you today, and Debbie Kay does as well. What are we expecting from your second Designer Inspiration, love?
Oh, we've got, I'm looking at it. It's all my favourite colours. We've got rose quartz pearls, amethyst, loads of strands in this kit, absolutely tons. I could have just gone on and on and on. But again, these are some of my favourite gemstones, so I was in my element with this one.
I've already told you the price of this kit because I was absolutely blown away. Right, we'll do a reenactment and I want your face exactly as it was and what you said. Okay, so I went, I'll bleep out the price. I'll bleep it out. Debbie K, honestly, you're going to be astonished, I think, at the price of this kit. It's only beep.
What? And we might have needed another bleep if it was live as well.
There was certainly another word used in the discussion. I have got, honestly, you're going to be blown away by that. You really are. I was anyway. So I have got loads of treats coming up for you. I've got some connoisseur's choice. I've got the big, beautiful blue gemstone. I have got so many beautiful pieces, and I'm starting not with that, with a bundle, a beautiful bundle. Oh, Paul, I love you. Pretty petites. Take a look. Now, can I ask you something? We watched the morning show. I watched the morning show today and I was boggled in the mind arena at some of the prices. This is another one of those, say what, prices. You have got 4 different gemstones at 7 strands, because these are all double strands. I know that they're on a strand together, but they are a double strand, aren't they? Because you've got almost a meter's worth. Some of these strands are around 86 centimetres worth of genuine gemstones. If I was to chop this in half, if I was to chop it, all of these double strands for you, and just tie a knot in the end of each of them, you would think, God, that's a long strand, isn't it? Just that one. This is double. So you've got 4 different gemstones, 7 strands. Well, more than that, actually, more than that. I want to go through them step by step because I cannot believe the prices. I've got your neon apatite double strand. Look at the amount you get here. Double strand neon apatite. Beautiful, bright. Let me show you. I don't think I've done this before with neon apatite, and it's going to be tricky, but I'm going to do it anyway. I want to show you with the light. Let me show you. How cool is that? That's neon apatite, isn't it? Ooh, that is bright and bold and beautiful. Looks like sea glass almost, doesn't it? It's gorgeous. Oh, wow. So that's your neon apatite. On that strand, you've got 210 carats worth. Lengthy strand here. That's number 1. The second one, which works beautifully because the quality of this means that I am getting of labradorescence everywhere, which matches in colour, tone and palette with the neon. I know you're going to be able to see the quality of this because it will just be impossible not to. It's screaming out, even with these lights. Take a look at this. Double strand of lab. Does it, Ben? Does it? Ben said that when he saw this strand, he felt like he'd won the labradorescence jackpot. Whatever that is. He's been entering every day and now he's won. He's a winner. Double strand of your labradorite. Look at the quality. And obviously you're getting even more to that to the eye. It's just the lights in here, I'm sure we all know, can kill things like labradorescence, but the fact you're even getting any, times that in your mind by 2 at least, and that's more of an accurate kind of definition. 160 carats worth on this strand. I'm looking at you so intensely because I'm about to bring you my favourite gemstone. It is opal. I know, don't know if you know this about me. We've got new people in today. We've seen loads of new bidders today. Hello all. Welcome to the Jewellery Maker family. Let me be the first to welcome you. My name's Auntie Becky. No, I definitely wouldn't be the auntie of the show, would I? I wouldn't. Who would I be in the Jewellery Maker family?
The sister.
The sister. Of course I'd be the big sister. I'm already Pete's big sister. Of course. You have got here my favourite gemstone. I love opal. I love it. Every form, I love it. Every form, every colour. And especially when you get what I'm getting here, which I know you can't because again of the light, but I'm getting at least 2 specks just hitting the eye now of your opalescence, that pin fire effect of colouring. I'm getting greens on one, I'm getting loads of pink neon bursts on the other. Beautiful. You have got of this beautiful Australian, don't forget, big location for this gemstone, opal, 165 carats worth. And then get ready to get that garnet because you are gonna love this. We could have double stranded this actually because there's so many on here. We haven't used any spacers at all. You ready? Let me get the light out. Let me get my torch out. One of my new favourite tools, this torch, isn't it? Look at that. And go. Look. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that internal interest in the gemstone? Stunning, isn't it? Love this gem. You've got 125 carats worth on this, and they're all the drops as well. Let me just find a section and we put it against my wrist just so you can see, first off, exactly how many you're getting. No spaces on this whatsoever, but also so you can see how they just lay so beautifully next to one another. There is a graduation on this strand from 5x3 to 8x5, and it's important to note as well, the drill hole on this isn't right at the very tip. It's a little bit further down, which is wonderful. It's going to make them sit really nicely, and it's not fiddly, I find, as well. Beautiful strand there. Now, I've got garnet, which we already know is one of the big boys. I've then got opal, which is not one of the big 4, but if I was to say, I think it should be. Maybe I'll start a petition. It's within the big 10, isn't it? That's how I'd point it out. So you've got a double strand of your opal. I've also got a double strand of amazing quality. You've won the Labradorescence jackpot strand of Labradorite. And then your bright, beautiful neon apatite. Now the price point that's about to come up, I know loads of you are gonna pull that face my dog pulls when you like sneeze. That kind of, and the ears go, huh? Like that kind of, a lot of you are gonna think, whoa, hold the phone, excuse me. 4 different gemstones, 7 strands. In fact, if I was to be really pedantic and to measure all of these out and say our average is 30 centimetres, I would probably come out with more like 9 strands, but I'm not going to be that person. You know what I'm like, I'm not that person. I like to underestimate rather than overestimate. 7 strands, a very comfortable 7 strands. What price point are you usually expecting for 7 strands worth? If I was to do these at £5 each, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 pounds. We scoff at £35 here at Jewellery Maker. We really do. You know, before when we were saying about what about if you get that Kumihimo kit and then you've got that extra couple of pounds to spend, that extra kind of £2.50, £3 to spend, and you can just get an extra strand. This is going to be the one where you can take a strand out and go, there you are, gift. Your price point today for 7 strands. Have you just done it? Have you just done the, huh? Have you? Well, set your tail to wag because this is about to get crazy. 7 strands of genuine gemstones. Today, it's £8.95 for you today. Pete, what do you think of that? Yes! This is an exceptional, I'm telling you, I told you the clearance is continuing. Don't forget, I've got under £10 coming up for you later. It's 4 different gemstones, but it is easily, comfortably, by no overestimation, 7 strands. That means for 7 strands of genuine gemstones today, you're not paying £6.95, which is our lowest price point we can go to on singular strands. You're not paying that. You're not even paying £5 per strand. At that price point, for genuine gemstones, per strand, £1.28. I know. You can't actually even get a fizzy drink from a drive-through for that price, can you? And they always put too much ice in. It's more ice than it is fizzy drink, always. That's amazing. Oh, you know it's amazing. Hello everyone. Cornwall, Tyne and Wear, West Midlands, Lancashire, Hertfordshire, Dorset, Isle of Wight, London, Gloucestershire, Berkshire, Merseyside. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up because the names are moving down so quickly. Your names have gone off my screen twice. That means I've got way over 70 buyers on this already, and I haven't even got a 3rd column. That's how many there are. I don't have a 3rd column. There is no space. There looks to be, how many in baskets? Loads in baskets. Helena's like, I can't even count. Loads. Go on. Oh, we've had a few messages in saying, oh, I bought it at £11.80. Do I pay the same price? Of course you do. We're Jewellery Maker. We like to think, and we like to kind of thank you lot who get in quick and go £11.80. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to buy that. We will let you all pay the same price. Everyone pays the same price. That's what we do at Jewellery Maker, because sometimes otherwise it'd be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? You think, oh, I really like that, but then you wait for the price crash to see. No, we don't do that. We want you to get in early so we know it's yours. So you know in a few days this is going to be winging its way to you. It's going to be delivered to you in a few days. Everybody pays the same. A lot in baskets. I'm talking around 40 in baskets. 50? Oh, sorry, 50 in baskets. Okay, 50 in baskets. How many did I start off with, Sweet Pea? Good. I started off with 104. Wait, doesn't that mean it's technically a sellout once everyone checks out? Oh. The connotations of having things in said basket. It's a very good point to make, because there are some newbies. If you're online now, you click a button, don't you, and it puts it in your basket. So there'll be a picture of a basket and there's normally numbers next to it, aren't there, to say how many things you've got in there. That's all well and good. You have to actually check out until it's yours. So go to the checkout button to check it out, because otherwise it's just on a wish list. It's like you're saying, oh, I quite like that, but what can happen, which is going to happen with this, because there's so many people coming through for it, and it is technically a sellout. If everyone checks out now, not everyone would get it. What happens is people can call in and actually take it out of your basket. Okay, so just make sure you're checking out. If you're not sure what that is, that's a brief explanation. Check out as many times as you want as well, by the way, if you are new. It's not £2.95 postage and packaging every time you check out. It's just one for the whole day until midnight, so do check out your baskets. Where are we going, lovely lady? Oh, we've got your challenge, so I can hand this over to you in a lovely moment. This is the strand I gave you a little sneaky peeky of earlier on, and this is going to be lovely Debbie K's strand of choice for the challenge. Isn't that amazing? Look at the quality of that. Only been seen once before, and look at how dramatic these are. Look at those individual centerpieces all the way along, even to this side. That for me is an individual pendant size, isn't it? The quality is, look at that. Oh, this is Schiller. This is Mother Nature bringing this to us. It's not a coating. And that's actually happening inside the gemstone. I know it's quite hard for you to gather because you're watching on a flat screen, but when you get it home, you'll see. It happens inside the gem. There's a few reasons for this. The main reason is due to the fact that the light gets captured. And one of the reasons is the way moonstone is made up is a topaz, you have your A-axis and your C-axis. Okay, so don't worry, I'm not going to make it super technical. A-axis and your C-axis. And they are flat and they meet in the middle to create a cross. As you can see, A-axis, C-axis makes a cross in the centre. In a that's say in a topaz. In moonstone, however, the A-axis is still straight, so the long one, but the C-axis is slightly angular. So that means when the light goes in, it can't just bounce out. It has to almost fight internally to get out of the gemstone. So it does this skim, like a skimming stone it is, and that's why you get this beautiful effect, and it's sheer. And that's what this is, and it happens within the gem. 255 carats worth we have within this beautiful strand, and it's about to be made even more beautiful. Because your price. I want to put it against my neckline. I rarely do this for... Oh, darling, it looks stunning, I said. Wow.
Or whatever, you know, your work dues, that would look so lovely. You get loads of comments.
Oh, you get loads of compliments.
Yeah.
Loads and loads. Your price point today, £27.95 for this quality. You can see the shiller yourself, which we know under these lights normally you can't see diddly squat, can you? But you can on this strand because the quality is so high. And the size of these pieces are absolutely astonishing. But I don't know if you've heard, we're having a bit of a clear out. So today, £19.95. Everybody pays the same, so do not worry, all you people who've already checked out on this. Everyone pays the same. It's over £7, is that £7 saving? It is, isn't it? Or is it 8? I can never work that out. Should have been £27.95. Now, it's £19.95. £8 saving on this today. That's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? What do you think of this at that price point? £19.95, £8 off.
I suppose I always think of how much the jewellery would be to buy that you make with it.
Yeah.
So if you did want to do just like, say, one pendant, take a big one in earrings, what you could charge for that. Really, that's amazing. It's a statement strand, it's a wow strand, isn't it? It's the sort of strand that I think people would say, did you make that when you make your jewellery? And you go, yeah, I made that.
You're totally, completely right. I love this design. Pete, come here, please. £19.95.
Right, let's do it.
Becky, I might have been on another planet, but is Pete actually your brother? Love watching you. Aw, another JM Mad presenter, Linda. Oh, you little love Linda. People text in and say that we look like brother and sister. Could we do a brother and sister pose, please? Big smile. It's the cheeks, is it? Is that what it is? Now let's do brother and sister shocked. Uncanny, isn't it? We're like one mind. We're not technically related, but he is my brother from another mother. And what am I, Pete?
We're from the same mother.
What?
Not from another mother, we're from the same mother. That's how brother and sister work.
Pete, sweet Pete. Sweet Pete, I think you're confused. Okay? He's just gone, wait, no, not a brother from another mother. We have the same mum. We don't actually, sweetheart. You know that, don't you?
What?
Not in real life. He's just gone, what?
What?
Don't fight it, Pete. Yeah, don't fight it. People say we look similar. He's my jewellery maker brother, aren't you, Pete?
No.
Oh. Don't worry. That means you still. I'm still going to be there on Christmas Day, Pete. Don't worry. Still good. I still want a large present. 1995. Congratulations, everyone who's got that. I'm going to hand that to you now, lovely Debbie Kay. Ideas?
Thank you.
Ooh. What are your ideas, love?
I want to use a few of those together. I think we're going to go statement. Nothing too complicated. I think I might put some spaces in between and I'll see how much time I've got and go from there. But wow, I love the way it shimmers and Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I've got that here. This gemstone is one of those gems that personally I absolutely love and adore. Let's be honest, not everyone loves every gemstone at all in the world. Of course, you can't. Everyone likes different things. That's what's great about being able to buy such a selection of gemstones here, because even if you don't particularly love a gemstone, if you're making to give as a gift, you can work with a gemstone that you know the person you're giving to or the person who might be buying from you is going to love, even if it's not your kettle of fish. Does that make sense? What is a kettle of fish a saying? Yeah, good. I don't understand that saying. I'll work it out later. So you have got the opportunity to get your hands on loads of different variety of gemstones. For me, I have a top 5 of gemstones. Like we all have top 5s of films and things like that, don't we? Top 5 gemstones. This falls into that category every single time. Because for me, it offers you a unique look into the almost impossible task of mining, and it does it so beautifully. Take a look. Imperial topaz. This isn't just topaz, this has got the imperial name attached to it. When do you think, can you think of another imperial gemstone? What's coming to your mind? Imperial jade is the other big one, isn't it, of the imperial names. Now, imperial is not just given to any old gemstone willy-nilly, it's given to a very small elite few, and it is the technical name for this gemstone. It has been used in imperial courts the world over, most, I suppose, remarkably or nameably, or I suppose notoriably, you know what I mean? Notably, that's what I mean. In the Russian imperial court, it's been used by big names such as Fabergé. Fabergé worked with this gemstone a lot. It is, for me, an interesting mining story. You know, I was saying before, you like gemstones, and I did like this. I've always liked this, but I fell in love when I found out more about the mining behind it. We can only get this gemstone a few months of the year. It's not like we can just go, oh, it's a Wednesday, let's go and get our hands on some imperial topaz. It's not like that at all, because the process itself takes place in an area which has a very high water table. Now, when I say that, sorry, I don't necessarily mean that it's an area that it rains a lot. I mean water table as in the crust of the earth. I'm sure you'll know there's a water table. It's said, isn't it, that there's actually more water within the ground than there is on Earth itself. So it's the water table, it's the saturation of the water within the ground. And that can rise and does rise at different points of the year due to many different things. But it does rise at different points in the year. In this area, the water table rises so much that for around 8 months of the year, that's what you can see on screen. That's the mine. Can you see that huge lake there? Yeah, that's not a lake. That's a mine for this gemstone. Take into account the scale as well for me. Can you see all the cars in the car park? See the cars in the car park? They're obviously much closer, aren't they, in this picture than the river itself. So that gives you an idea of scale. That huge lake there is around 400 meters deep. Now remember, okay, a door, I always go to a door because it's the easy one, isn't it? A door that you could probably see in front of you anywhere, wherever you are now, is around 2 meters tall, 400 meters deep. The water table rises so much that that is how the mine looks for around 8 months in the year. In that time, we have to spend thousands upon thousands of pounds trying to pump out that water as best we can. But we can only get to this for a very short time, and it's well worth it. Well worth it when you get this beautiful example of such an exquisite gemstone. 100 carats worth of your imperial topaz today is not, should be $17.95 though. Of course it should. We don't get this every day. You can't. It's impossible to. $17.95 is your should be price. Today though, we're dropping it down low. Anyone want a fiver in the back pocket? Okay then, £12.95 is your price point on this today. I told you I wasn't going to let you down. We are doing some astonishing deals for you today. BERU35 is your code on this gorgeous imperial topaz. You get these deep, rich, vibrant golds running throughout the gemstone, which are just, you can highlight. Oh, imagine this with 95 gold. Oh my days, that would be gorgeous. £5 off, £12.95 for you today. It's an astonishing little price point. Now I've got to move on quickly because I'm heading over to lovely Debbie Kay in a few minutes for your designer inspiration. Tell us how you found the kit.
Gorgeous, because you know, I didn't have to think about it too much. I think because these are gemstones that everybody recognises. Well, I can't say that, can I? But most people recognise the gemstones, and I think they're favourites of quite a lot of people that I know, and certainly got some of my favourites in there. And you know, pearls, and you know, come on, pearls in a kit. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And amethyst and rose quartz, and then you've got those really cool findings that you get for the Kumihimo ends, which really finishes off the design really nicely.
I love how you have used these.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen these used in the way Debbie Kay is about to use these. We normally think of these as your charm hangers, don't we?
I think I always look at the findings. I think because I've kind of, metal is my thing, I tend to look at the metal as well in equal light as all of the gemstones and things I get. And I also really like these because they're really versatile. And you know, it's a Kumihimo kit, but you don't have to, every piece you make doesn't have to have Kumihimo in it. No. But it doesn't mean you can't use the findings.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use the findings for other things.
Because they're really nice.
You get the end caps as well here in the 4 different sizes. You get a pair of each. So you get the 3mm, the 4mm, the 6mm and the 8mm in these end caps. You're then getting a selection of your jump rings, and these are the open jump rings that are the oval shaped jump rings. Let me pick up my tweezers, hang on, give you a little show. So you can see they're the oval shape. I've then got 4 pairs of your toggle clasps. So with the loop and the T-bar themselves, you're going to be getting 4 pairs of these in total. Don't jump away, you. So you've got that as your findings pack. I'm then going to add some cord to the situation. And this is an ever so popular variety and a real popular colour palette, I would say. I've got your sparkle effect on some of these too, which if you are new to us, maybe you haven't bought this from us before. This is your sparkle effect leatherette. Now, can you see it's got that delicate little twinkle? That's not a glitter. I'm running my finger over it now, so if that was glitter, all the glitter would fall off, wouldn't it? That's almost imprinted within this beautiful leatherette cord. You're going to get a meter's worth of this, and all the cords I'm about to show you, and they're a different span and array of colours, are 2x1mm. So you got that gorgeous royal blue. You've then got your raw green. This is a forest green, isn't it? Spectacular. And then bringing to you as well your really beautiful hot pink with that really rich and vibrant tone. In fact, I've got 2 different types of hot pink. Let me just show you the difference. You've got the raw, which is the base, but then you've got the double-sided, which is my top one, if I spin that around for you now, which is kind of the wet look design, isn't it? If I twist it, you'll be able to see even better. So you've got the kind of faux leather feel to the front and then the suedette feel to the back, if that. So length of that, a meter's worth again. Detail in that really nice little aubergine. And then I've got your base tone white, and I've got this delicate blue, almost a nautical blue actually, isn't it? So all of those you're going to be getting. I'm now bringing in the gemstones. You got loads, didn't you?
Absolutely loads. They just kept coming out of the bag.
More and more and more.
Yeah.
Let's start off with my birthstone, shall we? This is a beautiful strand of your amethyst. Really rich, deep, almost Zambian in tone actually, isn't it? In fact, you've got here drilled medium nuggets, around 10x8 these ones that I have on my hand here, and you've got 230 carats worth there. Don't they work spectacularly? I love when Mother Nature brings to us the same gemstone and then she kind of shows off and goes, look at what I can do with it. Look, it's the same gemstone, but they look almost worlds apart, don't they? which is wonderful, because if you are creating something for someone, maybe they are a February baby and they love amethyst as a birthstone, but perhaps they're not one of those people who likes the really rich deep tones, they like something a bit more subtle, then you've still got that opportunity to do it with this strand, with this selection. What I will say is get yourself on the phone, because this is going to fly out. I've also got for you the rose quartz in these beautiful teeth design. Really elongated drops we have on that. 500, no it isn't. How big are these? How many carats worth have I got of this? 180, no hang on, we're not, that's not right. I've got for you here, I see it, 350 carats worth of the rose quartz on this strand. 25 by 8 mil, some of these ones are really lengthy drops, but then you've got the delicate ones as well. So a real usable strand actually, isn't it, Debbie Kay?
Really usable strand, and as well, what I liked about the different colours were also the different shapes. Because I think when you get different shapes within a kit, then again, you can do lots of different designs, and we've got different textures, different shapes, but they all coordinate together.
Yeah. They do.
So that kind of makes it easy for you in the design. You know, when you're thinking what to do, it's not a difficult thing to do with a kit like this.
You're absolutely right. It's not at all, is it? We've got spacers on here, genuine gemstone spacers. Yes. That is so fab. These are genuine quartzite that we have here. This is your pink quartzite slabs. Look at the different sizes, look at the different colour tones. Every single one of these spacers is a quartzite as well. How are these to work with? A massive size, some of them 4 centimetres worth.
Well, they're pendants on their own. I mean, you could make lots of different necklaces just using every one of those pendants. The good thing is they're all different. So some are larger, some are smaller. So if you did want a smaller one for a design, it can still be a focal. I put a few together, what you'll see, because I quite like the statement effect that you get. But again, lots of design possibilities with a strand like this, because if you just wanted to sell them as pendants on a piece of cord, you could do that.
Oh, you absolutely could. And the drill hole's really sizable as well. I don't know if you can see that, but obviously it's already got the temporary strand in it. But did you have trouble getting through a 0.6 or?
No, not at all. I used some wire. It's the only thing that I added in was but a 0.6 and it was completely perfect to go through. In fact, if you wanted to sew some beads around the outside or do some sort of intricate designs, you could probably go back through again, which is always really handy, I think.
Really handy, you're right. So you could almost soutache around these, couldn't you?
Yeah, I can't see why not.
You could almost take off the spacers and soutache them around.
That would be really pretty, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Don't mind if I say it myself. That's a good idea, Bex. Pat on the back. And lastly, but by no means leastly, no, I'm not stopping there. I'm about to bring to you Helena's absolute favourite. It's pearls, obviously. Take a look. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, delicate pearls. They are so beautiful, aren't they? What's my sizing on these guys? Do we know? Because that information's just off my screen. Say it again. 6 by 7 mil is your sizing on these. Look at that beautiful delicate pink. It's got that hue of the natural pink that we had on earlier, actually, doesn't it? Really wonderful. Now, ask yourself this. How much would you expect, even at our prices, to pay for this sizable, lengthy strand of your pearls? How much-ish? I know I did you that strand earlier on that was $6.95, but they were much smaller than this. We know that already. So even at our prices, I would guess for this, what? Yeah, $9.95, even $8.95 for this entire strand. That'd be a stunning price, wouldn't it, for this? And then ask yourself this: how much would you expect to pay for these? Bearing in mind, this has got a hot pink, look at that, thread running through, and you can't actually see it, can you? So you could use these as cabs if you wanted to, absolutely easily. For all of this, for 500 carats worth of quartzite, how much would you expect to pay again? I'm thinking around the 15, 16, 17 pound mark.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
At least?
Yeah, 20 quid.
So let's play it safe and say £17 for this strand, £10 for this strand. Yeah? That'd be happy days, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that'd come to £27, wouldn't it? I'm going to do the whole thing for better than that. The whole kit and caboodle. Your price point today for all of this is not £46.30. Your price today, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. £24.95. What savings that? I know you're all doing the maths in your head, aren't you? Is it £17 saving? No. Is it £18 saving? No. It's over £21 off for all of this today. All of this. Don't forget, you've got your findings, you've got your cords, you've got 4 strands of genuine gemstones, none of them with spacers, by the way, none of them with spacers. The quartzite has spacers, but that's quartzite, so no spacers on any of these. 4 genuine gemstone strands, and your pearls. Let me grab my brew, because I'm parched after all that. How amazing. That's why your face earlier was so shocked.
I didn't honestly think that it would be that, because I'd probably, if I was at a bead fair, say, I do like to walk around the bead fairs, you know, I'd pay that for the pearls, what you charge for the whole kit. Before I knew about Jewellery Maker, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
No. Oh no, you wouldn't have. In fact, you'd have probably thought bargain.
Yeah.
genuine set of pearls there.
Well, they're lovely pearls, and they're quite sizable as well.
Yeah, they are. Can you get over that? So, think about it this way. The first designer inspiration I brought to you was £35 saving. The one I've just brought to you now is £21 saving. You've saved yourself a lot if you've brought both today, haven't you? Blimey, Charlie, you could take a family out for a meal.
Yeah. What do you get for, you know, that? I'm just trying to think, you know, we've got quite a big family, there's 5 of us, and then if we take somebody's friend, there's 6 of us, and everything's expensive, and even parking the car's expensive.
Yeah, you're right.
You get loads to play with, you know, that if you want to get a really loads that you can make a whole suite of jewellery out of, you can make absolutely tons out of this. I mean, I've made some here, but I could have made another 5, 6, 7 pieces.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can see she's had an absolute whale of a time as well, honestly. Take a little look, why don't you? Look at the amount you've made. Whoa, it's a spectacular amount. Loads of you getting your hands on this, I'm not surprised. Our general saving on designer inspiration is what, £12? We need to work out our average, but it's usually about the £12 mark, isn't it? £21 over off this kit alone. That's almost half price on a designer inspiration kit, question mark, I don't know either, why not? £24.95. I absolutely adore these pieces. Talk us through a couple of them, please.
I started off with the sort of statement piece because I wanted to show again how to put some Kumihimo into the designs. But you know, even if your Kumihimo is not your thing or you're not confident enough to sort of try it, you can just add the cord on instead of chain. That would be fine. You could knot it because it's thick enough and so pretty. So started with that. I sort of braided a piece a length and then I kind of just let it form from there. And I really like the quartzite. I just love the shapes. And I tried putting other things together. I put some pearls in between and I thought, you know, with those spaces, because they're the same gemstone, it just works. Okay. So I used those and just did some wire wrapping. I wanted to keep the amethyst, the dark amethyst together and add some gold in. So that's what I did for the bracelet. I've used different colour threads and findings throughout this because I wanted to show you how versatile it is. So really, it will go with whatever finding colours are your choice. So I really like the gold, especially at this time of year. You know, with the amethyst, it's quite warm and lovely. But you can add the silver and sort of brighten it up, or you can go kind of with the full pinks of the cord. And then I just played, really. It was another, oh, they're the seesaw earrings.
These are the things I really wanted you to see. You know, I said before, she's used this charm in a very unusual way. This is what I mean. Even if you don't do Kumihimo and you think, well, why am I going to use those findings for things like this? Look. Oh.
Seesaw earrings.
Seesaw earrings. And they're not going to come out, obviously, because they're, you know, the gemstone's so sizable. Seesaw earrings. How clever is that?
I like jewellery that moves.
Yeah.
I always do. I know some people don't, but you know, everyone's different, aren't they? But I just thought, oh, I wonder if that would work, and it did. So you can sort of, you could have one sort of gemstone right in at the top, so that you just had one hanging down. But it's quite nice because as you move, they're going to move and do different things.
Yeah, I love that so much. How clever is that? So even if you don't do Kumihimo and you think, well, you know, I won't use those cups, you can make earrings out of them.
You can put them in between gemstones as a charm carrier.
Yeah.
So you don't have, they're ever so handy for Kumihimo. We used to, you sort of buy 2 at a time from special websites that had them when Kumihimo first came out, and they were quite expensive, and then you couldn't get the right size. Often they were teeny weeny, whereas these are, thought's gone into this kit because they fit on the thick braid that the actual cords create.
Fab, isn't it? That is so fab. I absolutely adore these pieces. Please talk us through this one. You're not going to show this one today.
No,
but I need you to talk me through it.
Do you know that was the last piece I made?
I won't be able to make it. Tell me how we did this, please.
I was talking to Mark Smith the other day when I was in Designer Inspiration. He said beading cord looks really nice if you Kumihimo it, and I said, does it? And he said, yeah, I've done that. So I thought, had the very last piece to make. I'm going to start by just that.
Yeah.
So I started, and you get left with the ends. So you have 8 ends left at the end, and I always love to think of things to do with those ends. So I thought, I know, I'm going to crimp the cord closed, because obviously it's all open, and you might glue it and put in an end cap. I'm going to crimp the beading thread, and then I just added a pearl, squashed a crimp, added a pearl, squashed a crimp to every single strand, so there were 8.
That's fab.
And so it kind of sits like a little, I don't know, hot air balloon, but I quite liked it.
I love that. I absolutely adore it. I really, really do. It's beautiful. I'm going to have a go at that later on. So $24.95. Now's your chance to check out the baskets. Last chance saloon. Get your hands on it whilst you can. When we do £21 off anything, it's going to be popular, but especially when we have exquisite designs just to tantalise your imagination taste buds like this, it's going to be even more spectacularly popular, and it has been. So super duper quick. Check out your baskets for me. $24.95 for all of those beautiful pieces. Where are we starting, Chicken?
Well, I promised you that I'd just show you, for those of you who are kind of starting out with your Kumihimo journey, how to do a basic braid. So we set the board up before, and I'll just show you. This is lovely. I love these colours together, but not only that, it's quite strong, a thick cord, so you can see on the camera, hopefully. So it might be a little bit easier to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get it back to a state of how I left off with you.
Okay.
So I've actually already, I'm going to turn it over slightly. I've got lots of octopus tails at the bottom, so that you can see what happens as you start to braid.
Okay.
You start to braid and it grows out of the back. So you can actually have a look, you can turn your board over and see what pattern that you're making with your colours. And it all depends on how you place them on your board. So I've sort of done 2 purple, 2 pink, 2 purple, 2 pink.
Okay.
I could do a purple and a pink, or all purple on this side or all pink. So whatever way you lay out your board, whatever colour combination, whether you're using 1, 2, 3, 4 colours, is how your braid will turn out. And quite a good tip, if you find a combination that makes a really pretty pattern that you like, write it down.
Okay.
So I've got some different, just on my notepads, just got different, you know, if you put all one colour here or there, this is the pattern that comes out. Maybe take a picture with your phone. And,
that's good.
You know, so because sometimes you think, oh, really like that, I've no clue how I did it.
I've forgotten.
Is that just me? Okay.
No, it's definitely not.
So I've got, imagine I've just set up my board.
Okay.
I'm holding my braid with my fingers behind, so that I've got tension in my braid.
Okay.
And all you do is you start at the top and you bring your right side down and you put it next to your bottom and your left side up. Now I am aware that some people do it the other way, left side down, right side up. As long as it's consistent, it doesn't matter.
Just find your own.
Find your own way of doing it. As long as you end up with what you want it to look like, it's right. Don't worry about it. And then turn a quarter turn. Now once again, I turn that way. If you want to turn the other way, that's fine. As long as you turn the same way every time, it's fine. So top right to bottom right, bottom left, my left I'm talking about, to top left, quarter turn. That's all it is. Simple as that. Down, up, and turn. And I am holding my braid at the back. I'm just going to turn it gently with my fingers to keep the tension there.
Okay.
Down. And I'm keeping tension on these threads. Now this is actually very easy. If you want to start Kumihimo, this is great cords to work with because they're easy. They're not really, as you can see on the board, losing tension. They're staying quite tight.
Taut, yeah.
So if you wanted a sort of easy way to get started, I'd recommend this kind of cord. It's really nice and simple. Down. Now, as your cord starts to grow in the back, now you might think, oh, I actually want to stop because the phone rang or, you know, the kids are calling me. If you put your board down now, you're going to lose your flow. Just a little tip that I use loads, because I tend to go back to it, is take one side down and leave 3 on the bottom if you're going to leave that board.
So you know that's the bottom.
You know that's the bottom, you know to start again. So I can do whatever I want with that now, and I know that that goes back to the bottom and I can continue.
Got you. Clever, good tip.
Do you see what I mean? Because if I left it like that, even if I put it on the side, you know the dog's going to come, or the cat's going to come, or the kid's going to come. And it's sort of, then you have to start again, or you think, oh, that doesn't look right. So another thing I wanted to say about when your braid is growing out of the back, it tends to be quite a thick braid, and you need to take the tension out of it. So bear in mind that when you've finished, you can pull it, and that kind of makes it a bit stronger, and it also makes it longer. So sometimes you don't need to braid as much as you think you need to, because you can pull it and stretch it. So I actually braided a length long enough for my necklace. I'm just going to face it to me so I can see what I've done. It was a bit longer than this, but you don't need to see me doing that for ages. And then I'm going to show you how I finished off one end. Okay. So I just take it all off the board. Imagine you've gone as long as you need to go. Pop it all off. Now, with thinner cords, probably at this point, I would just tie an overhand knot somewhere up here to keep it together while I decided if I was going to use my zapper tool, my glue, my wire, however I was going to do it, that would keep it together. Now, this is quite thick, and I think that would be quite a waste of cord to do that, because I might want to use this for something else. So all I'm going to do is just take off a small section of wire, and you don't have to use new wire, you know, you shouldn't we nearly hit the cameraman then. You don't want to throw anything away. Can't pick it up now. There we are. Because it's always useful. So I have like a little box with my end bits of wire on that I sort of use for things like this. Good. And I'm just going to wrap it round nice and loosely. Pull your cords around the end here, just to basically keep it in place. Now, you can leave this on because it looks quite pretty if you want to. I think I did. Or you can cut it off in a minute. You just want to keep it under control, basically. So just press that round with your fingers. I'm going to snip it off. Can you see what I mean now about how much you get left on the end? Look at all that, isn't that lovely? So you could have a design where you sort of added beads and things there, you know, it's completely as I did with, do you see what I mean? But it was beading thread, so I just kept it because I think it's quite pretty.
I think you're right. So,
but what I'm going to do in this instance is I'm actually going to cut that off, and because I've put my wire on, excuse me, I've kept it so that my braid won't come apart when I do that. So I'm going to snip it off. Now these end caps are absolutely brilliant. And you tend to get, I think in this kit, if I'm right, we've got 3 different sizes. So depending on the size of braid or whatever you're using, you've basically got an end cap to fit. I tended to find that I like to do quite chunky braids, and then I couldn't get my end sort of cap on, but these are brilliant.
That's good.
And they fit on. So that is actually a little bit small for my end cap. So what I tend to do in that instance is take a bit of extra cord and wrap it round. Now you can remove the wire if you want to, or you can keep it there for extra security. And tie it, little knot. And then you can just try and see if that's going to do the trick. Yep.
Oh, that's clever.
Then you just...
So you don't have to worry, oh no, the end cap doesn't quite fit this, because you can bulk it up.
You can bulk it up, and it's very useful with thinner cords, like the ones we were using earlier. You can wrap it around and around. Now, then all I do is I tend to put my jewellery glue inside my cap rather than on my material, just because I've personally found that's an easier way to do it. Okay, yeah. But like with anything, you'll find the way that works for you, because jewellery making isn't an exact science.
Which is why it's so much fun.
Which is why it's so much fun, and nothing's wrong. If you've got what you set out to achieve, or something better than you set out to achieve, then who cares, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I always say that when I'm teaching people, and they go, oh, but am I doing it completely correctly? So I would put my glue in there, dependent on what glue you're using, whether you need to leave it for a minute. Make sure it's clear drying glue, because you don't want your glue to show. You've gone to all this trouble to make a lovely braid, then you pop your end on and you've got unsightly glue. You don't want to see that. So, excuse me, it needs to be clear drying glue.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, you just pop on your end. So you actually end up with like a really pretty finish. If we look on my finished one, I've not only sort of ended that really quite nicely, but it's added a feature, a bit more metal to the design.
Now it ties it in, doesn't it?
It ties it in. And then what you've got at the top here of these are loops, so that you can then, you're free to add your jump ring, your chain or your wire, which is why they're so wonderful. If you have run out of these, or you haven't, you've used them something else, or you haven't got any, you can end with wire. Now what I did when I started, as I showed you in the last demo, instead of tying in a knot, when I went to the centre, imagine I've got 8 there, I took some wire and I just wrapped it around and made a loop. So you can do that, because then you could make a spiral with your Wags Y coat and pop it over the top.
Clever, good idea.
So don't worry too much if you've got really excited and used all your end caps, but you're Kumihimo mad and you're carrying on. There are other ways to do it. So the Wags Y cone is a great way, but just make sure that you anchor it on with a piece of wire, as I've done here.
Good tip. We have had a message in actually. If you want to send any messages in for Debbie K, feel free. 60777 is your text number. So you text us with JM Studio. If you have any questions for Debbie Kershaw, such as Debbie Kershaw, if you, well, no, what's your favourite words in the English language and why?
Ooh, I like the word bubble.
Ooh, bubble. Why?
I like it because it's fun and it makes me feel nice.
It's a fun word.
I like the word champagne. Good word. And I like my children's names because they always make me smile. So my children's names.
That is beautiful, isn't it? And our director just went, oh, she's breaking me heart.
With the champagne one.
I know, yeah. I love how bubbles and champagne kind of tie in nicely as well.
They do, don't you?
Yeah, it's nice. We've had a text in for you. Hi, Becky and Debbie. Hiya, you're right, Sharon. How long are the cords used for the Kumihimo?
I usually use a metre and then I fold it in half. So half a metre, and that will usually get me a bracelet. And obviously it depends on what cord you're using. So the thinner cord, the really fine cord like I used in the first demo, you might need a bit more because you need more cord to make more length. But with this, it's really quite thick cord, so I had really quite a lot left over. Again, it depends what length you're wanting to make. With this, sometimes I start with my length. I just make a length of Kumihimo and then decide what I'm going to do with it afterwards. But as far as a bracelet goes, if you go with half a metre length of each of your 8 strands, so a metre and fold it in half 4 times, then that was ample for a bracelet.
So you're talking about that being quite a thick cord. I'm bringing a bundle to you now. This is thinner. So how much of this satin cord would you need if you say a metre's worth of that? Do
you know, I always like to do half a metre. I've never been exacting about it because, as I say, I like my strands to come, and sometimes I've done a lariat and let the strands run down and then added beads onto that. Sometimes I don't exactly know what I'm going to make before I start, so I'd rather have more, and you get so much in these bundles, I'd rather have more so that I can carry on than run out.
Yes, I completely understand.
Do you see what I mean?
Better to have more than less, because it's not like wire, you can't really add in, can you?
No, I mean you could sort of braid another length and then put your 2 end caps together. That looks really pretty, and you can maybe put a gemstone. There's always a way around it.
Cute idea.
But for a bracelet, if you do use half a metre, pretty much of any of the lengths, you should be fine for an average bracelet size.
Okay. Now later on you're going to talk to us about how to add gemstones, I understand. You were talking earlier about creating a look and adding gemstones to your Kumihimo. Now how could you do that with, say, these gems I'm bringing to you now?
What you do is, when you have your board set up and you have your 8 strands, you add gemstones to the strands, each strand. Okay.
Already, you add as many as you want on already.
They have to be equal. So say you added 10. Sometimes if you just count how many gemstones you have and then you divide them by 8.
Right, okay, good tip.
Okay, so then you would put, say, 10 on each side. And then as you work your threads, you push a bead down into the hole on your board.
Okay.
And that's how you add. And now, the most time-consuming thing is adding the beads to your cord. Once you've done that, it's just like Kumihimo, as you usually do, but you're popping a bead down into the middle as you go along.
As you go. So that then gives the bejeweled effect on the outside of the design, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous. If you go in on any search engine and put in gemstone Kumihimo jewellery, go and see what you can create. They're awesome. Gorgeous. I've got bracelets at home that I wear a lot that I've made because I enjoyed making it and I enjoy wearing it. They look great actually. They look really nice when you do it like that.
I love the idea of that because sometimes when we start Kumihimo you might just be thinking of the braiding itself, but there's so much more you can do, and that's what we want you to expand into with this cheeky little bundle. Sky blue, your beautiful green, your white, your yellow, your purple and your pink with these 2 strands of your beautiful gemstones. Wait, am I right in saying this comes with the 2 strands? I am, aren't I? Yeah. It's just not on my graphics up there. You have got 85 carats worth of the rose quartzite, and you have got 40 carats worth of the sky blue quartz. Your price today for all of this should be £17.60. Bear in mind for me, you've got a whopping 60 metres worth of cord here, and you have got way over 100 carats worth of genuine gemstones. I'm gonna give you 2 gemstone strands and give you the cord free pretty much. £8.95. This, my friends, is clearance designer inspiration prices. Buy the gemstones, all of the cord, there you are, have it. £8.95 for you today. That is spectacular, isn't it?
And really usable colours. It's not like, you know, they've gone into the warehouse and gone, okay, what have we got left?
Yeah, what's the randomest
Yeah, what's the most random things you can put together?
No.
You've got loads there. And I've said this before, but it's a really good way. If like lots of people say to me, I'm not good with colour, I don't know what to put together.
Yeah.
If you get lots of cords, you can experiment. Just hold them up together, see what works. Look at that.
That's
see what doesn't work.
It? Look at those together.
That's gorgeous.
That'd be a beautiful collection, wouldn't it, together? Oh, I absolutely love them. £8.95, you love them as well. Congratulations, everyone getting your hands on this today. Truly spectacular. If you were one of those people who bought the Kumihimo board, which is at the bottom of your screen, that comes with some cords as well, the nylon cord too. These with the nylon cord would be nice as well, actually,
absolutely gorgeous. And also the Ceylon.
The Eslon, yeah.
I call it a Ceylon Eslon.
Yeah.
Because it will go through lots of different gemstones.
Even your tiny, tiny gems.
Your teeny ones, so that then you can just, you know, do the beaded ones, which really do look pretty. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, have a look. Just have a look just have a little search about the beaded Kumihimo jewellery. It's gorgeous and what you can make with it.
Isn't that exceptional? You buy the gems, we take money off the gems, and then we give you cord. £8.95, loads of you getting your hands on this, multi-buyers galore. I'm going to leave this one with you because I want to see more of Debbie's wonderful designs, but getting quick for that. £8.95. I have got some more cord coming up for you in a little bit, and when we get to it, I've got a very special chain too. Stay exactly where you are. Right, lovely jubbly. So we finished off, we know how to end our beautiful Kumihimo piece now.
So what we're left with is a length of Kumihimo that we've finished off on one side with wire and on the other side with our end cap. So that's ready to use in whatever way we decide. So I actually got this strand and I messed about with putting all different combinations of gemstones in between, and then I ended up leaving it as it was because I think it works.
Right.
And we don't often get the same gemstone spacer, do we, in between?
No.
So I thought, you know, let's use that. Yeah. So all I've added in to this kit, from what you get, is some wire. And I use 0.6 because I find this really, really versatile, and I wanted to do a little bit of wrapping, so this is nice. And again, I'm not going to do anything too ambitious with the wrapping. So all I'm going to do to start off with is pop a loop on the end.
Okay.
Of here, so that I can join it to my gemstones. And I think what I actually did, because I've obviously made a short end there, because I'm showing you quickly, I think what I did was I made this length of wire, obviously when I was making it at home, really long. Okay. So I just continued and strung it onto there. Good. But I'll do it, I'll just put a loop on the end here so they don't fall off. And again, you can link together lengths of Kumihimo with general linking. You can just add a bead in the middle and add wire. So it's really, sometimes it's nice to, you can even take it off the board, add some gemstones, put it back on again. There's loads you can do.
There's loads you can do, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's why we love it so much.
Once you get started, it's quite addictive because it's really relaxing. I think I looked into it and I think monks started off doing it, Japanese monks or somebody like that, because they found it really, really relaxing. And obviously they can make beautiful things as well. Yeah. But it's quite nice to have jewellery making that's, you know, not only you're going to get something gorgeous at the end of it, but that you really enjoy making it at the same time. It just makes it even better, doesn't it?
Do you want to know something absolutely heartbreaking?
Oh no, what?
My Kumihimo disc got eaten
by my dog.
Yeah.
I've foiled my dog, who goes in the bin. And I've done everything in the world, and you know we've got a special bin and it locks and she can't go in it.
Oh, that's clever.
But it's the cat really that interferes in my crafting.
Does she?
She sits, like, you're going to get it on your strand. So imagine my Kumihimo length is actually attached to the bottom there. And I actually, again, even though on the strand they're kind of graduated, you can still fiddle about with the order because they all looked quite different, whatever way I put them together. So it's a really, really versatile strand.
Yeah.
So all I've done is I've threaded on 3 that I thought looked pleasing to the eye on there, and I've used the spacers as well. Okay. So I'm going to make a loop. Let's see what I did. I made a loop at the top.
At the top of this one.
So if you make sure you've got way more wire than you actually need, because then that frees you to sort of play with the excess wire and wrap it round. Also adds a bit of structure to your piece. If you're using 0.6, you want it to be quite strong.
Which is what we want, don't we? We want it to be malleable in the sense of the cord itself, but the strength there, so it's wearable, and we're not worried about it at all then, are we?
And I think as well, if you're making to sell or for presents, you really don't want the person's necklace to fall in their soup, do you? That happened once to somebody who made, it happened. A lady who taught me in silversmithing, the first necklace she ever made for someone was a bridesmaid's necklace, and it slipped off during the reception into the soup.
Waiter, there's a whole necklace in my soup.
So apparently the lady was lovely about it and just came back and had it fixed. But it's these little tips that about security of pieces. It's as important as it looking gorgeous, isn't it? I think.
You're right.
I would not want that to happen to me.
Because that's going to be hot. That's going to have some form of splash, isn't it?
Well, not only that, you know, you've made this piece of jewellery, you've said, look what I can do, and it's fallen off.
Yeah.
And it does
and
nothing.
And then what do? You have to delve it out?
I think she did.
Do you need to round said neck piece?
Do you leave it to dry on the table?
Yeah. Do you just take off and pop it back on?
And you know, something can look beautiful, can't it? And then it just falls apart. What's the point?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Not good.
That does not sound super to me.
Not good. But she's told the story as a lesson to us to always make sure that,
really good point.
You know, that we finished off, and like with things with crimps, put 2 crimps on if you're in doubt, because they're holding your jewellery together.
Very true. Good tip.
So all I've done is I've wrapped my gemstones in the wire, and that would probably be the excess wire that I used to end.
0.6, is it?
Yep, my Kumihimo. And then I like to have little kinks in the wire. It's very, very simple. I've sort of just nice and straight. Is to just get your pliers into the middle and just give it a little flick. It kind of gives you that lightning bolt.
Kind of locks it too as well, doesn't it?
It does. It locks it and makes it secure again. It's a little lightning bolt effect, and you could do a couple of those if you want to. It's also a really good way if you think, oh no, actually that's a little bit loose, and I want to make it, and you can make it out. You always wanted to do that in the first place.
Yeah, of course, which is what we like.
So what I've actually done, and it's the beauty of the Kumihimo here, is that you're linking parts together, and you're using bits of your Kumihimo to make as components for your necklace. So while you're doing that, you're not using as many gemstones. So if you're making to sell, your gemstones are going even further. And then I just literally added a pendant onto the bottom, and here's this fantastic little seesaw earring component we were talking about earlier that goes over here. I don't know if I've got the bit that
goes over your the charm pendant, as it were.
Yeah, there we go.
That goes over.
And it goes over so that you are then free to add, you know, whatever you want. Some people like to just make a length and just add a charm, you know, or an initial. Maybe you stamp someone's name and they don't want chain, just to make a change.
That's
so
cute, isn't
they're
it?
brilliant. That's what they're really for. And then I just chose a longer gemstone for my sort of focal point, and again just with the 0.6 in a very similar way. Nice workable piece of wire. Let's make a loop.
Beverly's just messaged in, look at that.
What did she say? Let's have a look.
We're talking about the soup issue, Soupgate, let's
Right,
call it.
Soupgate.
That's why they put jugs of water on the table. Maybe the bridesmaid dunked the necklace to rinse it off, just a thought.
That's why.
Love the designs, by the way. I wondered why the water was there, because let's face it, very rarely at certain events is the water drunk.
Yeah, she probably went like that, didn't she? Cleaned it on the napkin and tried to put it back on again. Maybe.
Clever. That's what Beverly would do.
Everyone's thinking it was me that made that piece of jewellery now, aren't they?
That old friend of a friend. She loves your designs, BT dubs as well, by the way, she said.
Oh, thank you. Oh dear, I've just got visions of it. Beautiful necklace and it comes apart. I need my glasses back on now, I've been looking at that. I can see close to, but not far away. What I'm doing is making a loop on the bottom. So, you know, you could use a head pin, an eye pin, up to you. I wanted to do a little bit of extra detailing with my wire, so that's why I chose to use wire. But you could use your findings if you haven't got any wire handy. That's absolutely fine. Pop on. Again, look at the different shape that you get there. That's really, really good for a focal pendant. You could use that just on its own. You could just wrap it and add, you know, maybe a couple of smaller beads to the front. That would be fine on a piece of cord. You can make loads of those. So if you were looking for something not quite as ambitious or statement, a little bit more understated, popping on, again, you can just reach for any bead in this kit and it all coordinates. You don't have to really think about it.
Which is fab, isn't it?
Pop it on the top. And then once again, I'm just going to wrap that loop actually onto my cord via that really clever little finding. So if you don't know how to do a wrap loop, you can do a basic loop. That's absolutely fine. But I would try and learn how to do a wrap loop, because again, that's not going to come off. Whereas a regular loop, if you pull on it or you tug on it, it may do.
It's a good skill to learn anyway, isn't it, really?
It's a really good skill to learn. And again, it's something that everybody does differently.
Yeah.
But we'll have, I'm sure that will be on our starter DVD.
Yeah, I think it's in the booklet or on DVD.
It must be. And then, you know, don't always think about just cutting off your excess wire. You might want to, you might not want any more detail, but why not just, you know, have a play, especially if it's 0.6 and malleable. You might just want to add a little bit of detail to the top. I think I took mine right down to the bottom. It's completely up to you. One thing I would say though with wire, make sure that you trim and you push in the ends of every single bit of wire you've got on your piece. So what I tend to do when I finished, I go around with my fingers, because sometimes you can't see it with the eye, because we were saying earlier, you don't want to wear stuff, do you, that's rough to your skin or digs in. It's just, so then you're just free. You've got a little loop at the bottom as well, so you know, why not add a gemstone? There's lots of them.
Well, you've got plenty of them, we may as well, haven't we, really?
So just really in the same way, just on a piece of wire, I added that. So what I've done with this kit really is just make different components and link them all together. And you've got the beauty of enough things to be able to kind of do whatever designs you
do, whatever you want with them.
Really.
Absolutely agree with that. Now, I just want to pause you for a moment, because we talked about things that are nice and soft against the skin. I want to talk to you. Have you felt this cord before? Have you seen this cord before?
I haven't. I don't think I've had that before.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Take a little look and think of this. Could you Kumihimo with this? Because to some people that might look like a ready done piece. Some people might look at that and go, actually, my husband or my partner or my best friend would love just a piece of, you know, polymer clay on that as a corded necklace done. Well, but could you use it for other things?
You could, because you've got the versatility, and as I said before, you don't have to use all 8 strands of this, because you'd have a big thick. You could use this for maybe 1 or 2 of your strands, and then some other complementing colours, so that you've got that organic, different textured approach. I would Yeah, add similar colours in different textures and maybe thinner. That would be so pretty, wouldn't it?
Yes. The cord we're talking about is the green cord underneath, but I'm just showing you with complementary colours how well this can work.
And you can literally, with cord, wrap round and knot. You don't have to Kumihimo macrame. That can all come later if you're just beginning. You can just use those findings to slip onto your cord and add your pendant, and then pop on your ends and just put a clasp on. You know, these look really pretty like that. So you've got the versatility, I think, there, haven't you, to do whatever you want with that.
It's fab, isn't it?
Sorry, I've kept that
absolutely gorgeous. No, it's all right. So let's talk through these, shall we? You have got here your beautiful green twisted. I love the pearlescent sheen from this. This is the one that Debbie Kay wouldn't get her mitts off. Have a look at it now.
I wouldn't give her it back.
This, how gorgeous is that?
That's lovely.
Metallic leatherette cord this is. Be beautiful with pearls, that wouldn't it, actually?
You could do a weddingy piece, couldn't you? You know, like kind of funky but still quite elegant. I think that's quite
totally right, you could. Meters worth of all. This is leatherette, don't forget, okay? So this is one of your high-end cords. This isn't, you know, the satin cord, which we can get for low prices, and we can do amazing deals on that. This is leatherette. You've got wet look leatherette. That green, by the way, has the sprinkle detail to it too. You've got the braided leatherette in the two sides as well. That's working out way under £1 a metre, isn't it? For leatherette. Spectacular. £6.95 for all of this today. It's going to be really versatile for you to work with. Congratulations everyone getting your hands on this. A lovely little taster, because I know a lot of you, when we do leatherette, we'll usually pair it with lots of other things. Like earlier on, you know, I've had it with satin cord and wax cords, but we wanted to do for you at home just the leatherette section together, so now's your opportunity to get it. 8 metres worth, just £6.95. Congratulations everyone. Where are we going now, lovely lady?
Right, so all that I was left to do really was to, what I would say to you that I didn't say before about actually gluing your end cap on, is to, you know, do it and leave it. Don't do it as a quick project. Glue it on and then get a bit of masking tape and actually wrap it round and leave it. Put it aside, give it time to set, so that, you know, you've gone to all this trouble to braid this length and to make this piece of jewellery. You don't want this to come off. So, you know, it's not really something that you want to do in a hurry, adding these ends. Leave it there, wrap it in masking tape, keep it strong, take the masking tape off, you know, leave it overnight is what I usually do. And then that will be nice and strong for you know, for wearing or for whatever you're going to do with it. All I did was add some chain to that. So really it's just linking, but linking different components, which then makes it multimedia.
And why did you add the chain to it?
Because I felt if I did too many of the big gemstones, it would probably be quite heavy to wear. And again, I think the jewellery that I get out time and time again is the comfortable jewellery. I do like my statement jewellery, but that'll be the one that I take off when I get in, you know, my big heavy. But why not have both? And also, if you want your kit to go further, I quite like to use the chain behind, because it saves my gemstones for something else.
Yes, very, very good point.
So,
especially if you have long hair, you know, you can't always see the back, unless obviously you've got your updo, you can't always see the back. So chain's going to make the gemstones go further, isn't it?
And it also adds something. You know, if you want to add a different colour, or you want a piece to look a bit more high end, I always think adding metal can do that.
Yes, I know what you mean. It adds a certain different definition.
Luxury almost.
Bit of luxury.
Bit of luxury.
And we know we've got Debbie Kay here. if that ain't luxury. Surely been chatting about the champers today already.
I wish. More like a cup of tea, really, in reality.
Oh boy, it was a lovely boy.
It was lovely tea.
I have got a load of chain for you coming up. Take a little nosy at it now, why don't you? It's coming up for you right now. What do you think of this chain? How would you describe this chain? I always find chain quite hard to describe.
It's not. It's fine. No, it's delicate, but it's not fine.
You're right.
So it comes across as lovely. It would look beautiful against the skin, but it's not going to break. And I think quite often we get quite a lot of chunky chain, don't we? But if you want to do those waterfalls, that thing Gemma Crow did that time, where she did that, she did layers and layers of chain. That was gorgeous. And I've done a lot of chain heavy designs, and it's quite difficult to get the same, lots and lots of the same chain. That's when you need a reel.
You're right. So that you know you have that amount there.
And you can use as much as you want.
And you don't have to be stingy.
No.
Because sometimes it's great in a finder's pack to have a meter's worth, but sometimes if you want to be quite heavy with chain, you become a bit precious about it, don't you?
And you're like, oh, well, I'll just measure that. That's one thing I do quite measure. I'm like, oh, well, I'll just let that. But with this, and chain designs are quite in. So, you know, this, we have loads of chain.
Yeah.
So it would be good to do that with this kind of thing.
I think you're completely right. And it's in your golden colour. We were saying earlier how delicate it is. Let me show you. I'm giving this a really strong pull now. You just have to trust me on this. And that is going nowhere, because it does look delicate. You'd be at home, you're probably thinking, gosh, that looks fine. Oh, don't know how happy I'd be with heavy gemstones on that. I am seriously, look, I promise you, look at my finger. Crinkly fingers, because I am genuinely pulling on this so hard. Genuinely so strong. And that's mainly and in part due to the fact that it's copper internally. It's got the gold, genuine gold overlay. It's not just gold paint, this is gold over the top of it. So you've got that luxury, but you've got the internal strong core. So you can hang real heavy slabs like that from this. 10 metres worth we've got here. How much? How many necklaces could we make with 10 metres?
Oh, low. And I'm just thinking, usually when I used to buy chain, you know, and used to go to local bead shop, you'd buy it by the metre. But it worked out quite expensive, so you would be quite sort of forgiving with it, because you did think, well, you know, that's going to add quite a bit onto the price of my final piece if I use too much of that. That is actually quite a sophisticated chain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's quite expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I just want to work out kind of the amount we could get from this. Because that for me would be a beautiful charm base.
Yes, it would.
Because there's space in here to do your little wrap loops and to have your charms from. So I know that I've got sparrow wrists, so I'll add a little bit extra for people with normal size wrists. Mine are quite small, mine are around 6 inches. That's with a bit extra, so let's have a look. That is 15 centimetres worth. 15 centimetres worth. So how many 15-centimetre bracelets could I get out of this reel, Helena? I'm asking you to do some maths.
I'm so glad you didn't ask me.
Maths. So 10 metres means that it is 1,000 centimetres, doesn't it? Yeah. So 1,000 divided by 15. That's what we need to work out. Get your calculator out, love. Because this 66.6 recurring, so 67, no, let's be fair, let's say 66 bang on, even with the extra. 66 bracelets.
That's fab. Especially if you're making for craft fairs and you're just sitting there doing one after another, because you have your statement pieces, then you have what I used to call your bread and butter pieces that will sell. Yeah. And they're things like this with a gemstone on. Yes. So if you're just sitting doing loads for your Christmas fair, perfect. Cut it, go. Cut it, go.
Even if you are doing it for your Christmas fair, how's about adding on 3, 4, 5 jump rings or head pins ready to go, and then have on your stall a selection of gems where people can pick 5 gems, that one, just add them on whilst you're on the craft stall. There you are, individually made, £10 bargain.
In your bag, you know, when you're going to and from, because it's organised on the reel. Yes. There's nothing worse than untangling chain, is there? No. With anything, even just your own necklaces. No. You know, when you go into a department store and you buy a necklace, even if it's just, you know, from your high street, it's nothing super special, just some plastic on it, and they throw it in the bag. That really annoys me. And you get it out and you like that? Yeah. It's so annoying. So annoying. You don't have that problem because it comes on your reel. Your price today for around 66 bracelets worth of chain. £14.95 for you today. So how much would that be a bracelet? Oh, crumbs. Come on. Once the calculator's out. My producer just went, I can't believe you're doing this to me. You don't have to do it mental arithmetic. Feel free to get the calculator out. 14. What? 0.22. So what's that? 22p? A bracelet? £14.95. That is a stunning little price point, isn't it? 10 metres worth of your gold plate. Congratulations, everyone. If you are getting ready for your craft stalls, we know it's important to stock up on things like this.
And also, we know it's important if you're getting ready for your Christmas gift giving time of year. Last thing you want to do is run out of an essential like chain. So now's your opportunity to not. £14.95. Congratulations to everybody. I'm back with you, love.
Are you back with me?
I'm back with you. So we've had a look at this design.
Yep.
We know how we're creating
how we've done
the
it.
piece.
Yep.
Talk to us through one that we've had a message in about is this one over here.
Oh, that's so easy.
Really?
You know, I was aware that I hadn't used the white. And you know, when we get kits, personally, when I get them, I like to show you a bit of everything. And I thought, well, I've used all the coordinated colours, and you do get some other colours in there as well. So all I did was bead a length. I think I did, and I kept 3 of the longer, they're rose quartz, aren't they? I used 3 of the longer rose quartz because I liked how they sat together. And then do you know what I did? I got the white cord and I tied a knot at one end and I wrapped it round. Really difficult.
Just freeform.
Freeform. Give it a bit of tension. As you're doing it, because you don't want it to sort of unspring. And then I tied it at the other end, and then I added glue to keep it in place. But because the tension was there, it did spring a little bit, but it gave that really nice feel. So I've added colour there, but I've added colour with cord. You could do that with chain as well if you wanted to. Very simple to do. Again, cord is more versatile than just all of the techniques that we talk about. You can play with it. You know, and you can a way of adding colour to something like that was quite textured anyway, and it added texture. And also, if I didn't like it, I could have unwound it and undone it, and I haven't lost anything, but it worked. Oh, I liked it.
Yeah, it worked.
So that was the way I did that. So it's simple.
Definitely works. It's so pretty, isn't it? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We've had lots of lovely messages in about your beautiful pieces.
Have we? Oh, thank you.
The price on the chain at the moment, which is on the side of your screen, is £14.95, 10 metres worth. At the bottom of the screen is that kit. I have got tiny amount left, but you don't want to miss out on it because it was almost half price. It was over £21 off for you today. How's your challenge going? Be honest.
Well, I've probably not really started.
Okay.
But how long have I got? I've got 1 hour. I'm going to get on it.
Good. No pressure, but I expect something epic. You're going to do fine. After the break, I have got clearance galore juxtaposed with some luxury. Stay where you are if you like things under £10. See you in a bit.
I like working with Kumihimo because it's a very mobile craft. I can take it with me to various different places and work on it on the go. It's got endless patterns that you can create with lots of varied materials which jewellery makers sell in abundance. So things like our satin cords and waxed cords, but we can use ribbons and wire as well. And I like the product because that it's sort of something that all ages can do. So from the very young, my children enjoy making Kumihimo braids, right through to people who might have some sorts of dexterity problems because it's very easy, there's nothing heavy to move, and you get into a real zone of sort of peaceful tranquility while doing it, and it just takes you to another place and you just get lost in the moment of making Kumihimo.
Tune in to Jewellery Maker on Wednesday the 1st of October for our pyjama party. Stay wrapped up and cosy in your PJs and chillax whilst watching Carol and guest designer Sarah.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win by going to the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards website and registering your vote. Voting closes on the 27th of November.
Everybody, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. That's it, your mic's come off again. What are you doing, Mike? Why don't you like me today? You're right, Ben's nearly fallen over.
Nearly dropped my bottle.
Nearly dropped your bottle, bless you. Are you on some sort of child's medicine there, Sweet Pea?
It is.
But don't say the brand name. Generic cough medicine he's on, oh bless him. That's why, if you heard earlier on in the background a little it's because it's got a child lock cap on and he couldn't work it out. That is what that noise is. My name is Rebecca Redican. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I am joined by the absolute joy. She's a whale to be around. She truly is. You know, I wouldn't say that for everyone. Definitely not. But she is. She's a whale of a time to be around. Her name is Debbie Kershaw.
I thought I had to make whale sounds or something. Ben's doing it for me.
A lot of animal noises on today. I've already had a swan, apparently, well, whatever that was. That was a swan. It was meant to be a swan. There it is again. Do that a bit louder. Wait for the swan. I know. Thankfully, we have got someone talented on the show today in the form of Debbie Kay. How are you, love?
I'm all right, thank you.
Challenge started now, yeah?
Challenge started, yes.
We're on the way.
I've begun.
Good. I'm about to begin something special for you now as well. I have got some super special strands. I have got some high-end luxury juxtaposed with some under £10. I'm going to show you the strands and I want you to guess which arena they fit into. I think you're definitely going to guess instantly due to the size, the colour and the beauty of this. Is this your big, bold, high end? Or is it going to be under 10? Which one? Huge, bold, rich silver pearls. Take a look. Oh, wowzers. Look at the size of these. Don't forget for me, luxury pearls. When we talk about pearls and we talk about size, a kind of term that's generally used by many is the fact of luxury pearls are any pearls over the size of 9mm. These are 21mm by 17mm in areas. So these are definitely your luxury. In fact, they're sort of double the luxury, aren't they? If we think the generic term for a luxury size in pearls is 9mm, you've got double that whammy here, haven't you? Now, we can see that this is an exceptional strand because look at the beauty and the boldness. Look at that silver tone. Let me just show you around one of them. Let's just highlight this big piece. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. I'm going to show you around this piece here because I want you to see the pearlescence. So spectacular, it really is. Have a real good look in at that. Can you see pinks? You see greens? Blues as well you got a hit off then, didn't you? Look at the beauty. Look at the size of it as well. Isn't that perfect for a ring? How many of these have I got, beautiful lady? Good. I'm so glad I've got that many. I've got over 100 of these. Now that's spectacular because when I bring you seriously luxurious pearls like this, already I know that you're going to want them, you're going to love them. And I've got to say, as a presenter, it is, and I'm sure everyone will agree with me on this, there is this horrible sinking moment when you bring a strand and you think, I know I've only got a few of these and I know people are going to miss out. So it's lovely for me to bring a strand that I can already see I've got loads of triple buyers, loads of triple buyers, double buyers as well. It's nice for me to be able to bring you a selection of luxury high-end beauties and know that over 100 of you have got the opportunity to get your hands on this today. What I will say though is it's unusual that we would have such a gorgeous rich tone and colour of this size in this organic. It's so unusual. I've had a text in about these. Let's have a look. Becky. Hi Beverly. I saw similar pearls around Barcelona this year in silver, and they were many hundreds of pounds. These are beautiful. Beverly, you've hit the nail on the head there. You've hit the nail on the head. Because they're silver, look at the pearlescence on that. That is Mother Nature. Now, Beverly's saying she sees ones like this in Barcelona for, I don't know why I have to say it like that, but I do. She's seen them for hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So already we know, I've mentioned, I'm trying to give you a nudge, wink, wink on this, aren't I? I've said, is it your luxury? Bear in mind, I keep saying luxury. Is it luxury, high-end price point? That's what we're going for, isn't it? Because Beverly has seen these, something similar to this, in a silver colour for hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Why hundreds and hundreds? Because it's so unusual to see them, especially of this size, isn't it? It truly is. Telephone bidders, can I just say something to you? Web bidders have just seen the price of this. Web bidders have just seen the price. Their names have just, within seconds, gone off my screen twice. This is a huge, I've got over 100. This is a huge, big, sizable, i.e. the price point should be going up. 21 mil on some of these should be going up in a unique, individual, beautiful silver metallic tone. Already the price is going up in this gorgeous, unique, individual shape. Every single one of them completely different to the next. These are luxury sized pearls. What if I, Debbie Kershaw, was to say to you today,
oh no,
luxury sized pearls.
Yep.
If I was to say to you, genuinely, I'm going to do this strand today for under £25.
Oh, nothing surprising me today. That's amazing. I haven't seen them this big. They're lovely. I love this organic shape of them. Gorgeous. With a big, can you imagine with a big piece or silver pendant, how much that would be worth? You couldn't afford it.
Can I have the camera on Debbie's case face, please? Because I'm about to, I want a true, honest reaction.
Not too close.
It's under £25.
Okay.
Your price today, $7.95.
Poor Pearl.
It's an under £10 strand, people. Over 80 of these already gone. Get in quickly, get in quickly. I've got over 80 gone of this already. I've got 30 in baskets you've got to check out quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a once in a day opportunity. I told you, clearance is continuing. This is going to be a sellout. £7.95. Congratulations. How many left? Boy, they're going fast. The names are coming on my screen so quickly. Once everyone on the phone finishes on the phone, it's a goner. Congratulations. Stay where you are on the phone. We've got some allocated for you, hopefully. Stay where you are. That's a goner though. Thank you so much. Isn't that gorgeous? What are we doing now? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, again, let's play the game. This is a beautiful individual piece of your most stunning sky blue apatites. What are we thinking? Luxury or under £10? Because let's face it, there's a lot of it. There is a lot of it, isn't there? This is a lengthy strand. This is longer than my average. This is longer than my usual 30 centimetres. Look at the clarity bursting through this. Look at that richness in colour as well, the richness in the tone. Apatite is a special little gemstone with lots of history and interest behind it, but even kind of stepping away from that, one of the things for me that's drawing me to this gem is the fact that they're perfect rounds and there is graduation. Doesn't happen often, that does it? From 2mm to 4mm on these. We don't do that often. We do it on the bigger rounds, don't we? Your bigger rounds will do graduation, but not on delicate strands like this, which every single one of them could be used as an accent. Every single one of them, imagine this with your bead loom. Ooh, every single one of them could be used as, you know, as a real beautiful, bedazzling form. Gorgeous to have graduation on this strand, and it is beautiful, lengthy strand. 30 carats worth I have here. It says your average strand will be around 30 centimetres, but to my eye, let me get my ruler of truth. Let me pop this down. Yeah, I told you. It says on your screen around 30 centimetres it will be. I'm just lucky enough that mine's over 30 centimetres. Mine's 35, look at that. Don't forget for me as well, in the warehouse, they are oh so busy. They don't have the opportunity to go through every single product and pick out the best example of every one. They don't at all. They don't have time. It's just pot look what we get, pot look what you get. It just so happens that mine's slightly longer than is stated on your screen. You'll definitely be getting a 30 carat mark though on this. So what are we thinking? Under £10. If I said under £10, a lot of you are going to be thinking, ooh, £9.95. Nope. Your price today is actually £8.95. Nope. Nope. This is clearance. We wanna do clearance right on Designer Inspiration. £7.95 for you today. That is your price point on this. We have just taken it lower. We didn't have to. We didn't have to, did we? Why would we? It's already under £10. No, we're doing it right. We're doing it good today. Designer Inspiration taking it to another level as always. £7.95. Add these to your collection to add a beautiful sparkle sprinkle of colour delight and real versatile size. £7.95. Loads of you coming in for this. Congratulations. Where's Russell from? That's exciting. Never heard of that place before. St Marshall Isop. Oh, sounds exciting. Lots of people coming in for this. Worcestershire, Essex as well. Multi-buy loves. £7.95 for you today. I've got so much to squeeze in. I'm moving fast. Just because I move on does not mean it's a sellout. It simply means, unless I say, it simply means that I've got so much to squeeze in. I really want to get as much out to you at home as we can. Where was I going, sorry, love? Pearls. Wow. Okay, so I know we're doing the luxury. Is it a luxury? Is it a low? Is it under £10? These you can see of the sizing, 8x7mm. Only a mil out from a perfect round. These, in my eyes, are luxurious because Ben, you and I, let's do this. Get in as close as you can. As close as you can with these.
As close as I can.
As close as you can without like knocking me out. As close as you can. Oh, he's moving. Oh, it's creepy. Oh, it's even in the way of Debbie Kay now. Have a look. Are there loads of pits, loads of troughs? There's no... Take a look at these really close. Are there loads of pits, loads of troughs, loads of lines? Hang on, I'm too close, it's just said.
Yeah, my focus is gone.
This is under 40 times magnification.
Sorry.
Are there loads of troughs, loads of pits, loads of lines, loads of indentations within this? Because we know that is what takes your price down, doesn't it? That's what takes your price down. These are as smooth as anything. This is your luxury strand. This is a high-end strand. Now, I need to tell you something. This is not an under £10 strand. But it's not. It's not. Because it's £11.95. Original price. This is not an under £10 strand. until today, launched at, was purchased at, was loved at £11.95. Today, it's under £10. Your price on this strand is not £11.95, it's £9.95 for you today on this shocking, spicy, flirtatious pink, isn't it? What would you think of doing with this strand, Debbie Kay?
I love this. It's a way of adding, you know, quite an in-your-face pink into your design. So if you did want to dumb it down a bit, you could put some black with that, or some sort of grey, you know, even some white gemstones in. So, I mean, if you don't want to go sort of the full force of colour, you can break it up even with your spacer beads or your findings. But I love this because I think it's fun. It adds a bit of fun. And also, if you're doing, you know, when you do jewellery parties for little ones, like my little girl would love this colour.
I love the idea of that. I think you're right. This is every girl's dream, whether you're 6 or 60, really, isn't it? It really is. We're all girls at heart, aren't we? No matter what your age. £9.95 is your price point on this. Congratulations. I have got to move on, but all you triple buyers out there, you got yourself a bargain. Everyone who's buying this actually has. I've got to move on because I've got so much to fit in. Now, let's take a step away now from the under £10 section, okay? Because I'm about to do you a bundle. So this isn't your individual strands. We're talking about a completely different selection now, because I'm doing you a bundle. And it's a beautiful bundle at that. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you these strands individually. Misty Skies. Misty skies with little drops of clear quartz rain. 70 carats worth we have on this clear quartz strand of irregular plain drops. Aren't they beautiful? Do you know what I love about these? Sorry, let me just pop them down. I just want to show you these with the pearls. You know, we were talking about kind of dispelling colour. How beautiful is that? Doesn't that look fab? With the pink. You see how it shines through? It almost makes that pink more subtle, doesn't it? Love that. So you're getting this strand 70 carats worth on this, and it's a lengthy strand, around 35 centimetres worth you'll be getting. Beautiful, clear as day, really beautiful strand. Eye clear to me completely. When I say eye clear, I mean if you were to have it at wrist point, you can't see loads of inclusions or hairline fractures at all. It's beautiful. I've then got a double strand for you. Oh, my double strands are snuggling. Stop it, you two. Look. Hot, spicy, lemony, zesty goodness now with this citrine. 175 carats worth I have got on this strand of your small nuggets. When we talk about a double strand, we're talking around a metre's worth of gemstones, 88 centimetres worth to be more precise about it. Look at the quality of this. Isn't that a beautiful tone running through every single one of these? Really nice. Let me show you the length of this strand. If you are brand new to us and you're not sure, when I do bundles like this, I do crazy, crazy prices because it's power of purchase. Power of purchase, we're able to do crazy, crazy prices, and I'm about to. Also, if you are brand new and you want to get involved today, you get a DVD on your first purchase and a little goodie book as well, so do get involved today. A goodie book, who knows? Double strand of that citrine, which is really lovely, zesty. 175 carats worth of that. I've then got a double strand of almost sapphire in colour sodalite. Sodalite, sometimes when we see it, it's really half and half, white and blue, isn't it? But this for me has got more of that denim body of colour, hasn't it? This again is a double strander. Again, a double strand, 88 centimetres worth around. 125 carats worth on this strand you have here. How pretty do those nuggets work together? Isn't that special? It's like sunshine bursting through on a kind of cloudy day, really, isn't it? So beautiful. I've then got, I'm not stopping there, ladies and gents. Who knew? Bearing in mind, I've already brought you 3 different gemstones and I've already got 5 strands in my hand. I'm bringing to you now, this is a strand that I know Mark Smith would fall head over heels for, because it's so his colour. This is your aquamarine drop style nuggets, 190 carats worth. He said to us recently that aquamarine, the new kind of colour palette we're getting in, which is this one, is his absolute favourite. He said he's always liked aquamarine, but the new tone we've managed to get in from this one location, he's just fallen head over heels for. 190 carats worth of these. Big drop style as well, aren't they? Some of them are around 12 mil actually on this. And lastly, but by zero means leastly, iolite. Oh wow, look at those huge pieces. Areas of pink in this iolite as well, which is really, really nice. Areas of pink, areas of denim. Clarity on some of these is spectacular, it really is. Large as well, aren't they? Now, I have got such variety in here, I really, really have. I've got double strands, I've got nuggets, I've got chips, I've got drops, I've got clarity in some areas, I have got beautiful deepness in saturation in others, I've got brilliance and internal fire with some of these strands as well, and then I have luster unlike anything else on some. Real variety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different gemstones. But I've actually got 7 strands because 2 of these strands are a double strand. If I were to say to you, would you like to buy these at £3 each? I would hope that a lot of you are jumping to the phone. Jumping to the phone. Your price today I really like the under £10 section myself, so we're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, £1.22 per strand. Your price is £9.95 for you on this today. I like the under £10 bit myself. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? 7 strands, 5 different gemstones, £9.95 per strand. That's working out £1.22. How do we do this? Some of you are asking. How do we do this? How is that possible? Well, essentially, we go straight to the mines wherever possible. We even cut our own gemstones and shape our own gemstones wherever possible as well. This is all about cutting out the middleman. All about cutting out the middleman. £9.95 for you today is superb, and boy do you know it. Hello everyone. Blimey, Charlie. Oh my goodness, 40. Ooh, check out your baskets, you lot. Blimey, there's loads of you on there. Congratulations to everyone getting their hands on this, honestly. Can I just show you as well? Let me just show you this iolite strand alone because it's so lengthy. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So lengthy. Oh, look how fast that number is going down. Started off with almost 100. £9.95. Look at the amount you're getting. Let me shimmy it across. Ooh. I'm not starting there. Ooh. How amazing is that? That is so much genuine gemstone. Iolite strand, 25 left. Double strand of your citrine. Double strand of your sodalite, a beautiful drop strand of your quartz, and the epically stunning aquamarine. Oh, 20 left, about 30 in baskets. Check out as soon as you possibly can. I'm gonna have to move on again. It is a sellout technically once you lot check out. Stay on the phone though, you've got the opportunity to steal that from somebody. On this side, wow, that one. Wow, quality. You alright there, Sweet Pea?
Yes.
What happened then?
I had a stone in my shoe.
You had a stone in your shoe?
It wasn't a gemstone.
It wasn't a gemstone. Thief! It wasn't a gemstone.
No, just a stone.
Just a stone, okay.
Just a regular stone.
You're alright though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me show you what chatoyancy is, because for me, I can stand here and describe chatoyancy. I absolutely could. But why would I when I have got such a high quality strand that does it for me without any words? Just take a look. That, my friends, is chatoyancy. Right there. Golden blasts through this beautiful tiger's eye. You've not just got one though. Look at the amount. Look at the amount of gemstones you're getting on this strand. Oh my goodness, it's still going. This is 210 carats worth of your tiger's eye. That is a serious amount, isn't it? 14 mil these are. Hang on, I'm not stopping there, there's more. 14 mil you have. Oh, sorry, hang on, there's a bit more here. You've got 14 mil every single one of these hearts is. Look at the length of this strand. 210 carats worth we have here on this strand. Every single one giving you that beautiful tiger's eye chatoyancy bursting through, known as a gemstone of protection in ancient times. In the Roman times, they used to believe that it would offer protection against battles and against your enemies. These are spectacular caramels. You know where Millionaire Shortbread, which I love, Millionaire Shortbread, it's got that colouring about it, hasn't it? With the deep, rich chocolates melting divinely into the gorgeous caramel. Oh, I just love it. It's like that in a strand. 210 carats worth. Hello, triple buyers. Imagine this was antiques bronze. And of course, it is your hearts. So let me just show you what you can do with hearts. I love them, sort of nose to nose, as like a little bow tie. Or of course, you could do them back to back, couldn't you? You can just have them individually as a ring. That is a ring for me. It's the perfect size, and it's the type of gem I want to be seeing. I want to be looking at that myself. Be honest. Are you a bit... I'll ask Debbie. Debbie, are you a bit selfish sometimes with pieces you make? I.e., do you sometimes think, I could make a necklace out of this, but I wouldn't be able to see it, so I won't. I'll make a bracelet.
Yeah.
Do you?
I do like... Because I do tend to look at my jewellery, I look at my rings, I look at my bracelets. You can't tend to do that. It's other people who tell you your necklaces are nice, isn't it? Because you don't tend to see them.
No.
So yeah, I do that.
And would you create that? Would you create something viewable for yourself with something like this?
Yeah, especially with something like that, because as you move, you get all of the different light playing with the gemstone, and I love that because you can, especially if you're sitting in a traffic jam, you know, and you've got a really nice ring or bracelet and it does different things. Opals,
yeah,
you know, labradorite, exactly like tiger's eye, it all does it, doesn't it?
You're completely right, it really does. Glad it's not just me. 210 carats worth here. Your price point today you're gonna love. The lowest price we're able to do for you on singular strands, £6.95 for you today for a seriously lengthy, high quality, because don't you forget, you don't see chatoyancy in every single tiger's eye, you just don't. It's only in the quality stuff like what I'm bringing to you today on this strand. £6.95. I can't think of the last time I've actually had this much tiger's eye on. I'm so excited to bring it to you. It feels like it's been yonks, which is a long time for anyone who doesn't know. It's more than 2 weeks, less than 2 years since that's a yonk. £6.95 for you today on this. Loads of you getting it. Congratulations to you all. BRPO05 is your code. Now, I've had my under £10 section now. I now need to bring you my high-end pieces, okay? I'm about to bring you a really high-end, elite gemstone strand. And it comes in the form of your kyanite. Oh my goodness. Kyanite is one of those gemstones that on our sister channel, Gems TV, it is one of their biggest sellers. They know that if they put on a kyanite showcase, they're going to sell out of 100% of their stock. on those pieces, pretty much. It is a gemstone renowned with connoisseurs. I've got 100 carats worth of this little beauty for you now, but I've only got 44 opportunities. Just get in quickly, that's all I'm saying. Take a little look for me. Beautiful kyanite. Kyanite's a special gemstone. You know, I love the history, don't I? I do love the history. I love the fact that this gemstone here formed around 300 million years ago. Think about that, okay? 300 million years ago. I don't know about you, but I find it hard to think about last week. 300 million years ago. To get it in perspective, 300 million years ago, the dinosaurs didn't roam the earth until 70 million years after this started its formation. That's a long time, isn't it? A thing I absolutely adore about this, okay, use your imagination for me now. This brings to you, this is formed under such pressure. It is one of the gemstones that is formed under the most amount of pressure out of everything in the gem world. It's one of those. It's formed under so much pressure. Okay, use your imagination. A meter's worth block of lead. A meter squared, imagine that. So a meter squared, so we're looking around this amount here, aren't we, of lead. That is the size or the amount you need to have in your head, and that's the pressure it's underneath. Now imagine that square of lead, and don't make it a meter high, make it 9 miles high, because that is the equivalent of how much pressure has to be put upon this to create this gemstone. A meter square of lead that's a mile high. That is serious, almost unimaginable pressure that this has to form under. If there's even slightly less than that, you won't get kyanite, you get a completely different gemstone. It is so, so special. This is another one of those gems that's only mined a few times in a year as well. 100 carats worth of kyanite in your plain ovals today. Anonymous, Patricia, Andrea, Andy, lovely people who've already bought this, congratulations for getting in early. Trust me on that. All I'll say is everyone pays the same. Your price point should lowest price seen ever. £11.95 for kyanite. For the gemstone, which on our sister channel we do such amazing prices for, we're able to bring you a pair of earrings for just over £100. £11.95. This is a never ever seen before low price of kyanite. One thing that you cannot get at all due to the studio lights in here. In fact, can we run that VT again, that spinning? Just at that point, you get this shimmer and this sheen. Now let me just find it. You see that gemstone that's coming into the middle now? Keep your eye on that one as it's spinning around. Did you see that flash across the surface then? See it there? That middle one coming across now? That is what you get with this, which is impossible to show you with the lights in here, it truly is. But just if you've never worked with kyanite before, now's your opportunity, because this is, look, yeah, you can sort of see it there. Can you sort of see that shiller? Can you see? This is what kyanite brings to you. And this is why it's so loved the world over. If you've never owned kyanite before, you've honestly, I don't think, got an excuse now not to, really. When we're dropping it to lowest, never seen before prices, now's your opportunity. Your names are just about to go off my screen. Half my stock is gone on this already. 100 carats worth of a connoisseur's choice kyanite. Genuinely, it's hard to get across the beauty of this on screen because the lights in here are so intense. Just get it home, and if you've never owned this before, I'm going to put my neck on the line now and say, if this is the first ever strand of kyanite you buy, I bet it won't be your last. That's how impressive this gemstone is to the eye. Hardly any of those left whatsoever. When we talk about amethyst and we talk about luxury, there's a few things that probably spring to mind. in amethyst, you're looking for two tones of colour, really. You're either looking for the delicate Rose de France, which is your pinks, the kind of undertones within the amethyst, or you're looking for your deep, rich tones. This is a rich, rich looking strand, isn't it? Oh, look at the beauty in that. Archetypal almost in its tone, isn't it? This, of course, is your gemstone, which has so much myth and lore and legend behind it. If you are into myth and lore and legend and history, don't forget to tune in on Saturday, 1 till 5. I've got your Historic Belief Show. We're so excited about that. It's going to be, oh, fab. You have got this beautiful amethyst strand here in front of you, which is 45 carats worth of sparkle, isn't it? Let's be honest. These are just sparkling away like no other. They are your faceted pears. Actually, these would have gone nice with your challenge, wouldn't they?
They'd be lovely, wouldn't they?
Yeah. You have got a beautiful, rich strand here that is, in essence, just the go-to image, I would say, of amethyst, isn't it? When you think of amethyst, you're probably imagining something similar to this, aren't you? UIRU47 is the code. People are already coming in for this. Look at that. Oh, look at the beauty of this strand. Your price today is under £10. £9.95. It's happened again. I know. I didn't warn you at all. I think a lot of you had it in your mind that this is going to be much more than that. Please don't forget for me too, this is amethyst. Now, I bought myself, I'm not afraid to tell you, one of the first pieces of jewellery I bought for myself is an amethyst ring. You know when you have that, do you ever have that moment in your life where you just have to buy yourself that first piece of jewellery? Obviously I bought myself, you know, pieces in high-end stores that are, you know, just faux pearls, etc. But you know that moment in your life where you treat yourself, it's kind of that point where you sort of become an adult, I suppose, when you treat yourself to that first piece of proper grown-up jewellery, isn't it? My first piece was amethyst, and I'm not afraid to tell you I paid for an amethyst ring, oh, less than 3 carats worth, way less than 3 carats worth, £165. I'm not afraid to tell you that at all. You have got a beautiful strand with 45 carats worth of this world-renowned gemstone for just £9.95. Well done to everybody getting your hands on this today. It is £9.95 for you today. Now, I am stepping away from the under £10 now, and you're going to understand why I have to, when you see this. I have to step away from the other £10 because they would be crazy to do emerald for less than that, wouldn't it? I don't want to underdo gemstones like that. Well, wouldn't be allowed to. Wouldn't work here much longer. 80 carats worth of your emerald today is coming to you in this most beautiful, rich colouring. Oh, Debbie K. You and I, Helena, have worked together far too long now. If you know exactly what I'm going to ask her, she's just said in my ear 3 words. Debbie K.
Yep.
3 words, emerald, a go.
Luxury, stylish, high end, that's 4. It's my mum's favourite gemstone.
And why? Why is it your mum's favourite?
It's her birthstone, but beyond that, and my mum has got some nice jewellery. Yeah. She's a jewellery wearer and buyer.
Yeah.
I think there's something about emerald, there's something about the makeup of emerald that makes it look different to other stones often, doesn't it? Because I think the more you look at it, the different colours that you can see in that, oh, that's beautiful. I love the shape of that because, again, it's quite organic.
Yeah.
In feel. So you could make something really quite modern with that emerald, couldn't you? Because sometimes you think of classic emerald as highly faceted.
Yes.
I really like these because you could make something really quite unique out of a strand like this.
You really, and I always think this, I don't know if this is just me, but I know a lot of people who love making quite boho chic kind of relaxed organic pieces, and like, you know, like really organic wires everywhere and this, that and the other. And then you don't really want to pair that look with highly faceted gems, but actually it's hard to get any of the big four anywhere else that isn't faceted to high points, isn't it?
That's what I mean. So if you are, it's quite boutique, that look, isn't it? It's the sort of thing you go to galleries to buy, the unusual, and you need to find gemstones that will go with your style of jewellery making, and that's very much outside of him. My own style is very much that. And I think sometimes before here I struggled to find those kind of gemstones, especially high end things like this. I don't think I've seen it.
No. It's nice to be able to offer you something so workable at what I believe to be an astonishing price point. Cast your mind back, please, before you found us, before you knew about us. Cast your mind back. Do you know what we need now? A harp. Someone get a harp. Okay, I've got a torch, I've got tweezers. Get a harp. Have a look. Are you looking around, Ben? Oh.
Craft a harp.
You can craft a harp. Good, that's your mission. Flashback. Remember though, before you found us, before you knew about us, say 7-8 years ago, how much in your mind would you imagine 80 carats worth of emerald to be? I don't mind laying my neck on the line now and probably sounding really stupid and saying hundreds upon thousands of pounds is what I would have thought years and years ago. Because think about it, when you're looking at, say, you know, a 5-carat emerald ring, say, you're expecting thousands of pounds just for that, aren't you? So if someone said to me 80 carats worth, I would have thought 100,000. Put my neck out of it, I would have. We are offering to you luxurious, beautiful, bear in mind it's natural emerald today. £14.95 is an amazing designer inspiration price for you, but it's designer inspiration clearance, so I'm not going to stick at that. I should be. I'm happy to. £10.95. Your face.
Really?
Really?
That's madness,
isn't it?
For any gemstone strand it is, really, let alone emeralds.
One of your big four for the price of a bouquet of flowers.
Not even, they're very expensive bouquets of flowers.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Isn't that amazing? I can't go over that. I really can't. £10.95. You can't even get a train ticket from Chester to Wrexham for that. You can't. You can't. It's only down the road. Take me 5 minutes to drive there. £10.95 for you today. It's astonishing. OFRU70 is your code on that today. Get it whilst you can. I've got to move on. So many goodies to fit in. Okay. Again, I'm obviously out of my £10 section for this. Now, this is going to have to be quick because I haven't got many. This is going to be a see it, love it, ring in, get it, go. Peace now. Because, seriously, it's one of the most sought after gems in the world. It's one of the rarest gems in the world, and it's a gem I haven't seen in months. Look at the shape of this morganite. These are drops, but they're bottom drilled. Isn't that so spectacular? 60 carats worth of this beautiful morganite, made famous, of course, by the wonderful George Kunz, who absolutely fell in love with this gemstone. It is feminine, it is delicate, but it's grown up in its femininity. It's not a childish gemstone. This is a gemstone for people who know what they're talking about, know what they're dealing with when they're working with these high-end gems. This is a beautiful strand of the oh so exquisite morganite, but you're gonna have to be quick if you want it, because today it's a £30 strand with £10 off. With £10 off. £30 strand with £10 off. Don't expect to see this again. £19.95 for you today, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that? You're smiling so contently at this.
I love Morganite.
Why?
I just love it. I'm not a big pink person particularly. No. There's something about sublime. I've got a ring from our sister channel with Morganite. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind this strand. Thank you very much, to make some matching bracelets.
Thanks very much. I would love that. And when you get £10 off an entire strand, it's rude not to, isn't it, of such an exquisite gemstone. £19.95. Don't expect to see that again. It's absolutely flying out. This is going to be a goner. £19.95. Get it whilst you can, ladies and gentlemen. ONRU25 is the code. Congratulations, everyone. I'm going to try and squeeze in another couple, okay? That's why I'm moving on so quickly. But connoisseurs. Hello. Hello, gem collectors. Hello, you wonderful people who are just so passionate about gems and jewellery and real genuine gemstones that you don't just, you don't just get your gems and make and enjoy that aspect of it. You actually like watching the show because you learn something from different presenters. You maybe even get a book and research afterwards. Maybe you get a genuine gemstone that you haven't seen before, and you're one of those people who gets yourself on the internet straight away, and you're like me, you just want to learn, know, understand. Welcome all of you connoisseurs. This one is for you. Connoisseur's choice, time and time and time again. This is the gemstone that last time I brought this to you, there were 4 or 5 people who hadn't purchased anything the whole day, who saw this, was like, Andersine. Names up, 5 in a row, boom, 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 boom. Those are the connoisseur pieces. That's how you know this is a seriously intriguing, interesting and luxurious gemstone. It is your totally unique Andersine. Take a look. Wow. This is such a rich gemstone, so much history. It was originally kind of seen, I suppose, and promoted in the Tucson Gem Show, which is a huge show that is kind of highlighted for all of the professionals in the jewellery world. It's the type of show that people like Steve Bennett himself will go to, and it kind of exploded onto the scene within the Tucson Gem Show in 2002, and that's how people kind of started to recognise it and started to know it. You have got 25 carats worth of this rich, individual, unique gemstone in front of you now. I have got a low quantity opportunity. Your price today, can you get over that? If you're a connoisseur, you already know that that is like me bringing you a strand of diamonds for £30. You already know, don't you? Do you know what? Do your research out there for me, ladies and gentlemen, because this is an exceptional strand of beauty, richness and luxurious effect. Congratulations to people getting your hands on this at a astonishingly low price point. £21.95 for you today. Again, I know I'm going faster this bit, but I just need to squeeze in as much as I can for you. Let's bring in another strand which would go gorgeously with this Andersine, actually. It's your Signatic Quartz. Natural, by the way. We haven't seen this in ages. I absolutely love your Signatic Quartz. Sometimes referred to as strawberry quartz, but what I would say is do your research when the name strawberry quartz comes out, because they say when you look and when you research strawberry quartz, you will see time and time again faux strawberry quartz, faux strawberry quartz. This is your real-time version of it. This is your Signatic Quartz. Look at the cascades and colours cascading through here. Look at your gentle blushes all the way to these deep maroons. If you haven't worked with Signatic Quartz before, that speckled, that doppling effect that you see isn't actually on the surface, it's working internally. Let me show you this, hang on. Give you an idea. Have a little look at this. Look, can you see what I mean now? That's happening inside. Isn't that special? You have got your Signatic quartz here, which is genuinely a gemstone I haven't seen in absolutely ages, but also it's a gemstone that has been really, really popular throughout its lifespan here at Jewellery Maker. This is 60 carats worth of your Signatic quartz in the plain ovals, 9 by 8, all the way to 13 by 10 mil on this strand. You've got a beautiful, versatile, workable strand at an astonishing price. I'm back under 10, people. £6.95. This is limboing on price, isn't it? It really, really is. £6.95. What do you think of that price for this unique gem, lovely Debbie Kay?
I haven't seen that before. I love it. It's like the inclusions inside, really lovely. That £6.95.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It seems to be going lower and lower.
I know. That is astonishing, isn't it? Because the thing with certain gemstones is you're looking for clarity, aren't you? And that means a higher price point. Actually, with Signatic quartz, it's the complete opposite. The more internal inclusions, the higher the price. And look, some of these have got so many inclusions, they almost look opaque. There's a spectacular amount within here. £6.95. For someone who's just seen it for the first time, what springs to mind straight away?
Well, I love the inclusions in there because it's like a patterned, almost a patterned gemstone, isn't it? And but also they're all different colours. So I just think that would be such an unusual piece. It's the sort of gemstone that you want to touch to see what it feels like.
Yes,
you know, because it looks unusual.
Yeah, I do adore. It's such a tactile gem. Loads of you getting this. Your names are about to go off my screen now. Guess what I've just had in my ear? Well, can we squeeze in 2 more? And I've just shown this and she's gone, okay, 3 more. Go, go, go. This is not messing around. 3 products, 4 minutes. Let's do this. I've got 8 of these. It's your Gem Collector Edition. Look, my favourite gemstone. I gave you a little show of it before. This is your beautiful fire opal that I have here for you today. This is with your authenticity card in here, and it is with all your information on the backdrop. Gem Collector, when we have this selection, this is the pinnacle point of all gemstones that we can find. We specifically go and select these gems. Steve will look at these gems and see them in places like the cutting houses and go, actually, I won't make that into a piece. I'm going to give that as a gem collector piece because it just personifies perfectly what you're looking for in that gemstone. That's how high-end these pieces are. What I will say is if you are interested in seeing more gem collectors, get yourself on the phone, because that's how we are going to be able to bring you more. It is a beautiful faceted piece. Let me show you the table size of this. Your price point today, £14.95 for you today. It's a sellout. 0.4 carats worth. It's a sellout. Well done. If you're on the phone, we've allocated them for you. £14.95, done. Let's bring you now another one of my favourite gemstones, the beautiful blue opal. Wow. This is a spectacular gemstone for so many reasons. I could literally stand here and chat for a good 35 minutes about why I love opal so much, but I can't because Ed's coming on and it'd be rude. I have got your beautiful strand of the blue opal here. Now, every single gemstone that we're looking at and every single piece that we're looking for will have different rules included within it. Opal, as we know, you will have certain gemstones, certain opals, sorry, with colour play. In blue opal, that's not what we're looking for at all. We're looking for strong, beautiful body of colour, because with this opal, you get luster and you get it in abundance. Your price point today for 105 carats of one of the rarest opals is £7.95 for you today. It's under 10 at £7.95. This is one of the most unusual strands of opal we have ever brought to you, with that beautiful sky blue tone, one of the most popular colours in the world. The baskets have gone crazy. Check those out, ladies and gents. Phone calls left, right, centre, forward, back, etc. Well done, everyone. £7.95. Yes, it's under £10, and it is my penultimate strand for you this afternoon. Congratulations. Do you love blue? I'm about to do you a strand. This I promise you it's not going to be under £10. You've got to be quick. You've got to be quick. One of the big five, raised in price by around 300%. It's your Tanzanite. This is one of the most desirable, intriguing, interesting, and rarest of gemstones in the world. Steve went to a gem collector's huge gem show a couple of weeks ago, 16th I think he came back, sent us all an email saying the price of Tanzanite has gone up by 200 to 300%, and that some mines aren't even telling you their prices. They're saying make a bid, the best one wins. Your price point today, £14.95. That, my friends, is 3 products in 4 minutes. This is how we do it. £14.95. It's a sellout. Congratulations, everybody. Wonderful. Check out your baskets. There's still some, but it's technically a sellout. I'm back with you. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You know, I do what I can. Yes, how was this challenge?
Hi, Ed.
Okay.
It was good. It was quick, but it just shows you what you can do with this sorts of gemstones.
You did it in 55 minutes. 55 minutes. We've got a minute. Talk us through them.
Just the colours together are amazing, so I thought let's put a memory wire, let's make a pendant, let's make earrings, and let's add some cord, seeing as we've been using cord today.
Yeah, why not?
And
you're right there, Adler.
Admiring Debbie's work.
So yeah, and so that's what you can do, and that was more like probably 40-45 minutes, and you know, I resisted the urge to just put them on and with spacers because they're beautiful on their own.
They are absolutely exceptional, aren't they? They are so, so wonderful. Lovely lady, when are you on with us next?
I have got a couple of weeks off now, so about 2.5 weeks I think until you'll see me again, so I'll go and try and make some sense out of my house.
Good idea. Try and put things in the places that they should be.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So you're back with us in about 2.5 weeks, are you? I wonder who's coming up next. It is, of course, Ali. No, I'm joking. It's Ed. Ed is coming up with you after the break, and he's joined by a wonderful guest designer as well. I am also thankful for you joining us today. We've had an absolute blast of a time. Thank you, Debbie. I love working with you. You're ace. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, on Friday, I have got the spectacular Sammy with something a little bit different. We will see you very soon. Stay tuned.
Hi jewellery makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so grab your remote now to make sure you